The battle is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord. The battle is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord. The battle is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord. The battle is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord.
Abushamfo Ibamunjina Akwaba Sononko Edeba RAZ Media and so the battle still the Lord. The battle is still the Lord's. The battle remains still the Lord's.
Is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord.
Abushamfo, and then so RAZ Media, Maba, Masaya Bedrabim, and then the battle still remains the Lord's. Well, before I show the videos, the battle remains still the Lord's. Papa Penyina yefe na nado danko akufuado. Oye legend. Oye historical human being to the country called Ghana. Hey, upaye di obeye. Hey, try so you can destroy everything that the man has built. Ubetimi bubu ne overhead ya wasisi. Ubetimi bubu ne suku wa wasisi. Ubetimi ase ne ka akwan ya waye. Ubetumi ekum Ghana for nkro munya free SHS score ya da achibi omubebo anado na baso ubetumi aye de oye bia na nensem o kan ya ye twere gu book so there meya wontumi ensesa no da, and that makes the battle remain still the Lord's. Panyini obi nye video akwada obia ya akwada da obia nye den enye panyini da akwada de Opia yebi. NANA ADDO kan asema ya momfama so ntie o papa panyine na adwene mapie onimunyansa wafa abrabo ahuduom wanante ye wonu skani o eso hyere kum ne hoto ho se ode yeden ode bo ahiafo mba utiemi ye NANA ADDO danko akufuado ye wonu tu sikam peche ye wonu na ehia no na busuam hia ni ho nanso no de ne ho bo afode te se Yesu Kristo se me de mitumi amanya ahonya amanya enimdi amanya me de bebo afode de age woni bie nkwa. NANA ADDO danko akufo ADDO, NANA ADDO show boy, NANA ADDO guy wa udi boni ti papa wei abra na oye sabio adwuma de ma hiafo ma wa wo ka asembone fa papa wei ho wa wo share that trase edi ntrogu NANA ADDO so wa sikanti wo share that na danim e prepare e trodi gu NANA ADDO so akwada ketwa ye unim kwa yefa so a ye popa ye to ukọ toilet a untimi pepa wotoma woto ehonye hwam na utumi tena se so camera si wanim di NANA ADDO atem because of sika kakra bi obenya bia no musa ankrofo we nyina NANA ADDO se menka asem we nkyeremo tie asema NANA ADDO se menka nkyeremo wodi etio
is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord.
And of course, the battle remains still the Lord's. Enti mo saa ajimifo na mo gu social media, mo anamuti TV stations anim, mo anamu hostu morning shows, mo anasabio mukuta mu phones de na ma abonten, mo anamuti dan mu, mo ana yahye tua musika ma mo se mo nso pa nanado na mo nye nanado ho etan emfa nkyere Ghana for no. The only thing to tell you is that the battle still remains the Lord. Yes. Munyina obia beje ne chefa. One by one, obia beje ne chefa. Because adwuma na do ye no eye onyankopon sa no adwuma. Enyuma Yesu Kristo va bontene oba wiase obeye ye no. Na do de no na the same thing. Yesu enye no kure se oba no ne amobro wafo nenam. Enye no kure se Yesu de ne nkwato ho ma wa onni bi. Enye no kure so na Yesu pese onye ohiafo enko sabio ahonyam. Sasa na Yesu be ye na dwuma. Enye ni nti a Yesu yebo ne din be se 2000 years. Na ADDO danko akufo ADDO ne din ye bebo for more than 2000 years on record. Tire to ba bia ofiri. Enye tribal where me te se wo kasa na bi no be gyina na wo na abronfo ni asantefo na achemfo miwia wa obe sa de ne bi ekurasini David wa obe sa bi ekurasini as an immigration agent se me wa obe traba be na o ya asante na o ya aka na o ya bron na o ya achem na o ya infant wo ekurasini miwia onipa osayeye onipa ofata se wo se ye mo na baso o se abaso bodie onipa wa yibia mawo e wo se wo recognize akamfo kasam ye se enye obi bibi eni obi bibi ene hwan de waye den waye biama no enti so ye nakati ni o wo ye mamprusi ni o wo ye kusasi ni o wo ye bunu ni o wo ye asante ni o wo ye mfante anasabio wo ye achimni na wo bo bra yie na wo di wo ni na wo ye de se na fata e de emame a me bo di mpa na mayi waye na ma recognize o ye waye de amame ba cho utie me pa emfa ho ni kura wo firi so emfa ho ni tribe wo firim emfa ho ene osoma a wosom anakasa a woka internationally emfa ho mposese bio unipa dua na ekita no kala ekita wo emfa ho ni sabio se wo ye oba anase wo ye bema we bia na emfa ho de ehia kese ene se adwene na eda wutimu no eye nipa adwene na odwene ti se nipa na sabio uhu onni bie ne mobrowa uhu wo mobo eno ene ye the most important thing. Enti mo saa nkrofo na enam kapre bi a ye de maamo simpo bi a ye de maamo promise bi a ye de maamo emo ne akoko bi a ye de maamo adwuma bi a ye de maamo enam eno so ntia motim nkata amani eyi na na ADDO bonu aye ni nyina no mo nyina mo nkan hu se the battle still remains the Lord, and all of you one by one everybody will get paid. Obia benya na katua said yes na aye den efata fatu tim yebu baby say we papa forget it menim say the sika na otwi kasa mu ye pa say we papa ma obi a wo dey forget it but say we di boni tie obi a kai ni da bia wo tim abusia say otie me pa Se woye papa edi mo nipa da sani a forget it. Eni kwankura se okai se why ya the papa di amasa nipa no. Besabio se wanye papa na udi nipa na udi ni bone a e wo se wo nkai na uduru ba bi ogina wa abo ho bane. Eni nti ameka ma mu nyina mate ahye Ghana fo enkwada ni mpanfo maamefo ni agyanom ni me type a mo hwe me nyina ne se de obeye bia no kai hu se esunsun sanso ye den eda wanem enye ochena but one day you will receive your compensation. Na compensation so de egu ahodo bebre. Ye wo compensation papa. Ye wo compensation aye good ene wo compensation aye bad. Enti se wudi bone de a na wadwene e de ato timu se ochena kama no nkwase asem na medi ye no bone na medi ye no ehu nsunsuanso ye den eda ho twem. Enti abusia it is not for nothing o. Yes is wo man Ghana mu na enipa na nsem na etoto won no omu nyina ye nipa bi na omo de microphone ni video ni camera edidi boni ti anana ado no ha enye by nothing ena afi na ne mesisi won so no na Nyankopon na hatasro ni hu ehu to the point say amanfo ni bebre no omo je omo kama abra anye nanado ena tie akonwa so na ede somo yatimi de somo kora kwa akobo no amana yeye. Hey Nyankopon, we are great and fantastic. Wan Kofi Adoma de ato no se mahu de ato Captain Kwasi Ampanyi smart. Wan NDC leadership de ekoso wo ho ene de esi amanfo ahye struggle amanfo ahye ko omo ho tumi na abeye den se ombetumi ache. Wan said the Gato youth na ye de omudi nkwase ase no omo ahye omo rise against the party. Wan say one man na omo ne nam radio stations, TV stations ya woka omo se omo ye neutral ena ye de ye nka ho bi ena ye de ye kasama Ghana ena ye de ye peacemakers ena ye de ye political commentator na omo twa ebo na do omo bo ne yam no. Wan say ne omo nyina to abeda abonten. So they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Na meneda bia meka bone ubetumi aye de asie utumi ye de sie betebe ba abonten ama opia husu ene oban udi di bone na diko ugusu na udi bone ko na enya mepia abonten na odwen se obia hu kai so obia hu wa Nyankopon hata so no aye den wa hu enti ugusu a udi bone ne ko no one day na wo cap no a wodi wo sansuo no gum no na ayoma onya ayoma pe obebu afaso obufa aso a na ebasa na woto ene wani mu nyina aba beda abonten pefe na bia hu su ona oban na why de na bia hu su na oban se de ositie sama wo de ato Captain Smart enti minya be ma wo hweme me bisa wa asemo odwene se die mpa nti a Captain Smart nsemfu wo ya wo ka ye ehun nsunsanso na ma mesi abra na anado danko akufo adote akonwa so senanado breso ena enkwada we kobuwura mu wo angry gold hwan ena nka asem we si ya nka Jubilee House nka Ghana fo ntumfai but Nyankopon no ɔhyehyɛ ne nneɛma no nyinaa pɛpɛɛpɛ ɔyɛ nyankopɔn yɛ perfect o nyankopɔn te sɛ yɛn mu o nyankopɔn na ɔhata soro no a sɛbio yɛse ɔyɛ untouchable ɔnyɛ visible wontumi ne ne nkasa wontumi nyɛ dɛn ɛne ne nkasa wontumi nkaa no ɛma ne nyɛ yie no ɔyɛ perfect o ɔyɛ ne nneɛma nyinaa na kwan so pɛpɛɛpɛ nti at the right time na wayɛ dɛn na wagye mu ɔma wo sɛbio brɛ sɛ sesa gya abɔne yɔ wotumi gya abɔne yɔ ntɛm a na ɔde wo bɔne akyɛw na onya hu sɛ wo so wonya abɔne yɛ na wobɛgu so adi bɔne a yɔ ne ɔpɛ especially sɛ wode wo sɛ nipa pa dini wode odi bɔne atia nipa pa ɛnam wo kakra bi a wobɛdi nti a ɔtetɛ wɔ at the right time na ɔde ama wo sɛ pɛm Ghanafoɔ maa mo tie me abusua mo nka nɔkorɛ enti asɛm wɔ yɛ ekosi wɔ age hɔ yi Angry Gold Ashanti sɛ NANA ADDO brɛ so na asɛm wɔ esi ya nti nka Ghana man nka abunyo sɛ nka sɛn na ebesi akɔ mo dwene sɛ sabio Kofi Adoma wa wani ye boni tuo under NANA ADDO danko akufo ado mpo a nka de ne besi osi nyankopɔn na NANA ADDO de ne re hye ne mu na oba abonten be kan kire say don't care about what people will say about you but concentrate on your focus and believe in God and trust in God na de ohwehwe beba mu no wa won se papa no tu fura konwa so pepepe akohwifuo we nom atrofo ne nsansafo we nyina moto ahya ase a edadi the loss of NANA ADDO is hunting everyone in the country who stood up against his governance of charity to the poor ones. Mobro wafo nyankopon na bo mo ho ban yo. Ebia na wonim. Mobro wafo nyankopon hataso na bo ho ban. Enti se wo ne mobro wafo enya ka wo se wo ne nyame ohataso na ayede na enya. Enti nipa obo mobro wafo ho ban no. Wo de wo nsem koforo na nyankopon ohataso na defend sa nipa no. Abusiamfo yesi NANA ADDO ye ntrotro asem ena NANA ADDO de oye we ena NANA ADDO tintintinti men bisa o senti NANA ADDO tie Ghana konwa so mote da se nipa bitimi fa tumi odi hye ne bo se ne de oyam pipini oye ne ope o Ghana man ya ntibida enti santro na namonam anam utwa ne nyina nyankopon se o ma ho anhu who is real tintintinti in terms of governance amanyoko ben na ye tintintinti nyankopon yi ni nyina de a kire ye se ho hwɛ the one people wo ho beba be the order your adwuma bia tene baabi yo ne obetumi ayo na nya aduane fa koma wo ma na ho ni ajimi fo we de ba ministers kura na o mu tutu o wiem na me bo video bi a kire later interior minister or you na wo the order of the day eba ma amanfo I respected the laws in the country. No kwasi ampanyini ya board is of a minister nti ye tutu wo wiem. Wa look at this. Na abusuyen nipa bonefo ade be fene adanse kunumu abonumanim de saane e ka no ai this time kura mefre abonumanim Asante West because originally ye ka say bono ya Asante West bono ye part of Asante Kingdom ndiye Asante West yeah Asante West for there ye fra de bi adanse kunumu adansekunu mu ni nipa wa hyeda akọ gibibi ade bi tare akire na odi adanse enye nokore ede kire amansan sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a nipa ne odi n'akyi no ɔbɛyɛ dɛn ɔbɛdi nkunim anaasɛ n'asɛm bɛyɛ dɛ ɛwɔ nipadɔm anim enti adansekunu mu nso yɛ adeɛ bi a baaboro koraa yɛkan no ɔkyiri no kɔkɔkɔkɔkɔkɔ ai adansekunu mu yɛ adeɛ bi a bible na yɛkenkan no ɔkyiri adansekunu mu koraa. In fact, your verse bi wɔ hɔ a ɛwɔ Bible ma ɛde bodua ɛwɔ nipa a otimi gyina odi adansekunu mu. Enti Captain Smart nom adansekunu mu ne ɔmo diiɛ from 2021 ɛmɛpem 2024 7th December. Ɛmfeɛ 9 na Captain Smart tu ne ho si hɔ sɛ adansekunu mu nko a na obedi no wɔ n'abrabom. Ai. Na deɛ wɔ mu ne sɛ Nyankopɔn de mmerɛ ne yɛ n'adwuma. Adeɛ bi a Nyankopɔn bɛhyehyɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ biara no ɔde mmerɛ ne yɔ. Ɔnyɛ bukata, ɔnyɛ na zoa na jibi na boa dabi ɔde ntoboaseɛ ɛna yɛ n'adwuma ɔhyehyɛ ne bibia pɛpɛɛpɛ. Enti adansekunu mu na Captain Smart tumi ɛkɔ gyina Ghanafoɔ anim edi kyerɛ wɔn mfeɛ maako 9 ɛde boa John Mahama ne NDC foɔ no. Afei ɛna Nyankopɔn ahyɛ ase a ɔde ho nsunsuansoɔ yɛ den ɔma no. Na afei na ahyɛ ase o. Captain Smart ɔno ankasa ɔbɛbrɛ. Ne mma bɛbrɛ. Ne nanawanom nso bɛbrɛ. Ɛne ntima mpanyinfoɔ kɛsɛ dimpa ɛyɛ sen deɛ bɛn ahonya. Dimpa ɛho ɛyɛ sen ahonya asekyerɛ nyinaa no because ɛwogye dimbɔne te sɛ deɛ dimbɔne a adansenkuru mu nti Captain Smart agye dimbɔne sɛ nipa dunum ɔnam ne so ne bɛwuyɛ. Hyɛlɛ me bie bono gu hɔ paa ma ahyɛ da o me bie bono gu nipa dunum a ɔnam Captain Smart so a baawu no ana baawu kɛ me nka bono no yie. Saa dini wei Captain Smart Jesus sane ne fie dini anaasɛ gye sɛ ne mma ɔmma bɛhu sɛ bɛyɛ ne mma. Ne mma nyina baabi a bɛbɛkɔ wɔ Ghana man mu baabi a ɔmo nya ka sɛ ɔmo papa ne Captain Smart pɛ kae hu sɛ deɛ bɛbɛbɔ atoa so deɛ nkaefoɔ no bɛka atoa so ne sɛ o papa na ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ nua TV no because ɛhɔ na ɔde agye din kɛseɛ no paa. Akwa wo paa yɛ awurade Nyankopɔn me ba na me kɛsɛ me pɛsɛ me nyɛ me ho gentleman na enipa bi no mo ɔmo mpɛsɛ me yɛ gentle bra I'm when I try to be a gentleman or when I want to be whom I am, you know, enipa bi no mbaib tim be hye wa bufu, you know, na what tie or more kama na what kyerɛ wo nyansa kakra but say the minister me platform we so sabio mpanyinfoɔ enipa ɔmo anyini aduru sabio amfie bi a me nim sɛ metumi aduru ɛwɔ platform so nti ana me mpɛsɛ nka nsɛmmɔne bi bɛfiri manoma ba atem di akɛseɛ bi no a mo ehu ɛbɛfiri manoma ba but nipa ne bi no mo hɔ ana ɔmo they deserve really to be yɛnka ne sɛn sɛ wobɛtwa ɔmo yie because nipa ne bi no ma gyimi too much. Mo ame to amasɛm a meka so Sa asɛmfo ya Captain Smart akɔdi ne wɔ TV so I didn't sunsanso enti sɛ ya bai. Ne man ne na nawanom nyinaa bebefa the consequences of this. Because Captain Smart asini bia baabi obepie bia no yɛde nkwasi asɛm yi a ne papa di ye no yɛde betage wɔn. Adwumafo wɔ ya Captain Smart yɛ no ne man ne nana wanom nyinaa yɛde bedi wɔn. Enti the Lord, the battle still remains the Lord, no? It still remains so. It doesn't have end. And that one will affect Captain Smart from now until his crown will completely finish. Se papa na nado de ne crown ne power to ho so de bo ahiafo na kakra kwase ampanyi bi obedi de etwa ma no agreement bi a wanya nti sora no pa no afata wo de agu ne kon mu na mfifire te papa gidigidigi na ogina TV anim gina camera anim na otiam na odi ntro na otwa ntro edigu na nado so abra no asem na oka no nimpe face odi ntro enso no di obedi nti obetwa ntro eno na efe na dansi kunu mu na ewom se yenyina court dan mu but nsem na oka no di obi ho adanse e de atia nipa foforo nti ya dansi kunu mu no bia no dansi kunu mu no bia no eni nti ma Captain Smart obebre eno nti Captain Kwasi Ampanyi Smart obeye den obebre Kofi Adoma wani wo ho so tuo member nua Kofi Adoma wani gina ho so tuo mie pa Kofi so tuo na member also I didn't tell you call boasting kutwa video say on farm Ghana for the echo Ghana. Kofi Adoma. Who Kofi Adoma pa wu and asem kesi say yes wo. Oboase. Na wunyan ko honko ye interview. Wonko fa eyewitness na maye. E mane menality de si ye. Ai Kofi mi du hu ya o. Kofi Adoma ma di hu ya papa Kofi nti wo pa ne se oboase ya kum nipa dunum 15 na Kofi TV ya ni nse ono de da bia o eyewitness emfie dudu wo ya na ado bedi akonwa da bia Kofi Adoma woni wo eyewitness da bia Kofi Adoma woni wo secret camera bi o de capture de ekoso Kofi aden ena dia na ato wahu hypocrisy wahu nipa bone sema ewo moso medwena menti asese na adenti Ghana manmu enipa na omote o manum no se obi nya ne ho kakra bia na ayese owo otan bi de ma obi obe na adwene so pese omo a obi anase obi nya ne ho mpese nkaifo no so beko wonanim Kofi wo ma di ho ya Kofi Adoma enti asem wo yesi obo ase wonte ye mese obi ntage Kofi Adoma mame mon kan chen se RAZ Media ba na obi sa Kofi Adoma se adenti obo ase de asi wo hoi onyanya an eyewitness emma ne menality actually what happened ade Kofi ye ndisi ni ampa ho ena da bi oba na ya ho te se de wunim na media emfa me ho Kofi Adoma wanwani Kofi Adoma so wa ho awie ye Nya Asante region be bo tuo. Hey, masi Nyankopon hu ehu. Nyankopon hu ehu. Nya Asante region be bo tuo. Enye German sa atofo ne be bo tuo. Hai, enya achim ne be bo tuo. Na wo de agina so aka akira amansan se MPP fo ne be pewaku. Jimmy Doma hene na oya NDC fo mpanfo no bi na fa hyase ne be tuo ne afiri ani baduam aboa. Kofi so wa ho awiye senka be bo tu asanteman mu a nka nya ne se wa yese wa wi German South-fo a bia nim se ye de onam amamuo papa MPP fo ba be de boa ye nti ye do MPP amanyo koi se ho ne be bo tu a nka video so wa twa fa de to wi ho nka ko be se 100 wa say anto wo ba bia na ekoto on the festival of your people. On say ekoto wo ba bia NDC fo omo otumi wo ho Kofi se wa hu Kofi Adoma wa hu awie na NANA ADDO Akufo-Addo ka se tie
is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord's.
And the battle remains the Lord's. Another can or can you to me mu or can in yansa kwan so e can wa bebuom e catch us say ye enipa ye no ye ne dom ne nam because ye boa dom atamfo no so ai nipa bone for no musa wasase so but omo no mo anu eden omo no mo nsem ekọ akiri on se munyina moye ya mo amani hunu akese na abeto mo saa bere we mu no ni nyina to mo a NANA ADDO Akufo-Addo onte akonwa so eya na wa fa o problem e de kom nima NANA ADDO residence o se na ban bere so e na asem to ko NANA ADDO residence yo on se muntimi nka hwe Adoma Kofi on se waka wanu atum why cool why lay e na otari baabi akwa we pa na menya ne dan a akwa we majam. Yes, perfect. No. Solution. Aye. One solution. Abusian for Messimon can chile Kofi Adoma when he said, Unquire press statement in Casse NANA ADDO Akufo-Addo abereso ye bonanim tuo. Mon can chile Kofi Adoma when he said, asem na esi wo boase no yenhu interview wa ye fa ho yen Ghana for nobody ni enim se Kofi de oye adwuma magana nti asem boni bi asia Kofi e de ho update ba da bia Kofi tuminya eye witness e ma nipa no betena ho eto ato ansem no se de esi koe baako se de osikwe nti asem we so asi wo boase no Kofi Adoma ye hia o narrative na da bia o de braya aka ye so ababa ye dependence ye pa hwe sisa wo no ma na kọ boase na kotwo no so fa be kire Ghana fo ni wi ase amansan se John Mahama Breso and assembly say yasi. One say utuo wa poma na cow down. Wa poma tuo no o petua o pebabi ato. Esu jiminti akadanim. Yase we ase uja wo ma nipa ma waduane dia. Wow. Ni video ni control. Nipa ni o video on any control. He mo hu nsem a yekoso o Ghana man mo de esisi. Na me o videos ahodo o ha. O de mo menya ntobase ma ho na ye mai by nsannum. An so ya bantem kakranti betimi atra so a chakra. Wa hu nsem a yekoso o Ghana man mu. Ko TV3 omo nka ho asem. Ko Onye TV omo nka ho asem. Metro TV, Good Morning Ghana, omo nka ho asem. Joy News, omo nka ho asem a na omo massage no. Uko UTV, Ajakwabena kwase ampanyini no. Ono so ko na oka asem we no ma na ono so massage no adentia. Ye de aduane ahye omo anum. Nti ye de aduane ehye wanum wie a untumi nkasa bie ma ne yeye ya broko untumi nkasa. Enti no abusua sa nipa wo bia kakra bia ba gene de sa TV station ya wabobo din ebeduru baabi mote ho omba betu ahye mo so muntumi nka hwe because na me no ka say NDC for person mo say Ghana man na omo pe baabi mfa. That is what is going to happen. Abusianfo me ba ya cha akra mo mfa nche me semanchia mo afei ana me be che tiefuo nyina na mesro se nyabere mame na menchia munyina me obia akwaba emfa nindie ema obia na yenhye show no ankasa no ase said yese na yeden efata enti abusha mesro waba manko trase like video no unyan subscribe so subscribe betumi nso ahye e de amawadanfo unuanom na omo nso abeka yen ho na yensem no ene ejumadie na yeden akonanim yama first fire ti echia abusuanfo nyina na yeden ka na aka na abeto so ene fi ha ensem bebere wo ha ai a lot of things are here and na menimu nyina ebedi ho nkomo enti die di kan meden chiaima nana bema osi RAZ, how are you, bro? I'm fine. And I hear me apanyine Kofi Wells. I say, I think. I say, good evening, bro. You're welcome, bro. Kofi. Phobia member TV. Ewo Facebook. Esanso. Ewo YouTube. Umbi na chia kwai. Sanso na kwesi asamwa. And so say, I'm watching with you. He said they will all get their punishment one by one. Sansuna Noli Danya Komame or say good evening, Mr. Mafo. Good evening to you, Mame Lolina Noli Da. Sansuna Cynthia Frimpon, Mame. Oh, et is saying, and we say on Aquabiana or Yana who Jimmy no. I'm say we're discipline kama pa. Mame Medasibre and no support. Sansuna or say good evening, everyone, and no free sister Cynthia Frimpon ho. Sansuna Yadu Fie or say the evil, the NDC plan Sansuna, my wife, I say hello, bro. How are you, my brother? I'm doing good. Sansuna, your sister Georgina Bonsu, I say thank you, brother. You're welcome, mame. Sansuna Kwaku Poku, I say God bless you. But where were you? We need people like you. Thanks. Brother, I'm here. Have come into the message and so they more than a subscribe to the channel. Said the beya. yeba na yebeye live for wonso no ubenya notification say yaba no abeka ye ho di kwakupoku memo akwaba e wo platform we so sanso na Christina Boatema si ochia yempa MPP always mimi aba memo akwaba Ransford Adu I say good evening to you Ransford Amos Ata I say bro you're welcome sanso na SKB TV I say good evening oh please share and like. Moment sounding a clear bigger. Share and like. It was your moment share. They like a video no can SKB TV. Ewo YouTube. Essential Facebook. My channel. Another powerful platform. Or boy Juma ye pa. Woman channel na yenko e support no. Say the beya. Ononsu ubenya morano no di ayeden aye Juma no. Sanso na Muhammad or say good show. Omi ameda sibebre any support. Abusiam for ene anumre ye wonsem e wo fie ha ne ye no mo beka. Afei e na ma share show na ase. Eni ntia me se mesre wa ase share video no mame. Esther K Badima or say good evening Ras. Mame e mo akwa ba yie pa. Sanso na mame reta pia. Ono nso e chia yen. David Achampong or say bless you too Miriam. Phobia so there was Phobia Member TV on Facebook and on YouTube. Woman you heard an iron support to Abusia. Yeah, Baba share asie ye na ya buy semnum ede ayeden akoyanim. And ye beka safa assembly may call so parliament. And this if one one trono, Yebeka sa afa hon. Asema esi ye ewo age ehono. Sister Kosia nyameche mo akwaba. Angry God Ashanti no Yankopon aboa ama yensa ka footage bia ebe kire wo de nam so ntia sojafo no tutuo. Ye firi won so a na ye show video of kwanya sabi Kofi Adoma ye fa so born ani watu. Na ya sanso akasafa NDC fo nkwada omo ato agiga na manse omo ahwene be still ano omo ntiase omo de omo pentokwa ako enti se MPP fo ama omo ne amo anko a omo be shega na man no sa ne ma we nyina ye be kasafa ho na ya bye so na ye de akoyanim. But before we go no Mama yenhwe video we NDC MPB ekodi ntro ewo because me person video we ntum na mintimi mama den share video no ma adofo because me ntumi an share kura ti mesere mo ase mama yen share na yen like video no na base no enyina ne nan so enti before amekwa akọ share videos no kakra no mama yenhwe video we NDC MPB ono na yayi no so ye the Minister of Road and Highways ekodi ntro kese bi se MPP aban eya aka akwan ahensia kilometer aka akwan nkwansin ahensia entro no okodi ye no ne to ate because honorable asensu buache edit the rare figures no about the to abonten enti yenkonko hwe video no ba bi NDC MP no edi ntro ye wia na ya bo the counter ba bi asensu buache kire ni mu se aya o kan ade o mie na ni yie na watumi akan ate ase no na de no so ato awso ye firi ho ani ye kwada segment and then sem e wo fi apanti meso se share video no like it, na comment na ye hu ye nchia video ni ba yebeto aso ye wo haya ye nkoba bia.
Mr. Chairman, yes, I remember the president appearing in the House as part of his constitutional mandate to update the House on what is happening in the country. And he made us aware of a certain figure of, at that time, new roads. it wasn't pleasant to try to contradict the president because his source of information are better than mine. But the figure 11,000 just jumped out as new roads. And my side said that was a bit less than the truth. Since then, the agencies under the road ministry attempted to adjust the figure as part of the transition. And you remember our view was that only 617 kilometers of roads were new roads, so to say, at the time. At the transition, they provided details. At the time of the transition, the new roads constructed is 673, which is not far from the 617 we talked about at that time, because it means that few more roads have been completed. So that issue is in a record of the of Parliament that indeed Ghana did not construct 11,000 kilometers of new roads since 2017. Rather, 673 kilometers have been constructed as new roads.
Entabusia, se wote asema papa we account say asema na MPP fo akane da bia ayewo book recordum ewo even on issues of finance and could actually say MPP amanyuko no build 13,000 roads in 8 years. He's coming to discredit NANA ADDO for whatever he has done. Once the medical council said the intention of the NDC, and he said they want to say NANA ADDO dini. Ajuma bia NANA ADDO aban timi gina na nan so ye ya ma o man ne kɔ nanim no. NDC for person omon say papa ni dini. Enti baby ombenya akwanya ombegina bia no se wa maachi won boot for boot a no mo atwa ntoragu. So and so munya baby gina na wa mi waso mu ye ntie de won leka e watumi a contest one a they will always like to lie to the people and to make sure say the good job of NANA ADDO will vanish from the system. So na de ya ne say ye me man Ghana fo ahu aduma papa we ye omuhu be NDC ni be kan asem yi na enkwasiafo binom so efa no social media no so na omo sha ase na omo tugumu a that is what becomes the reality of the day, because Roman for Roman for say and throw who repeating it thousands of times at the end of the day it becomes the truth. So that is a strategy the NDC is applying. Omunim say assembly yen trokan but yebenya Jimmy for to say Captain Smart nom Randy Abenum omo fu omo pe position ti omudi ntro no e dia betre social media no so adwomanum consistently. So mu dwomanum for long time now. Now the reality has tend to be the lie will then tend to be the reality, and the truth will tend to be the lie. Sasemu ya making a prophetical word, because Rome's no I say utimi ebiwa no din throw on the same issue. It tends to be the reality. And that is the strategy the NDC is using. But today, honorable member for Bantama, I was also the outgoing Minister of Roads and Highway. When you offer so a country NDC in say, be a wide dream na what Jimmy Dodo. NANA ADDO buy or Kasana Wadana. Asamna papa ne ken want. Say, and I was saying ye day, any NDC for no kono, boot for boot. But may take this moment to say something to the MPP party. There be metizana melaka so abaji kese Twitter yen twaba oho. Facebook, yen twaba oho. I believe, say, this time, the MPP will take social media serious. Asem we akwa we kan ye, the media no more. Edem. Enti se me ko, na me ko hu video we ya, eye during vetting of a minister. And a minister kese ye, MPP amanyoko no anyi aka akwan 13,000 or mu 600,000 ebeye de say make say nye no kore unless I have an evidence to support. So enti I'm wishing said this time the MPP as a party will take social media serious so that we can encounter the lies a Jimmy for way a proto in their mind. They say they want to pollute and manipulate the minds and the brains of the people. How are Okanta such lie in parliament?
Kwame Abuja during his vetting hearing. One, Honorable Abuja engaged himself in what I'll call political optimism, misrepresentation of facts regarding the number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration constructed during its 8 years of service. In fact, Honorable Abuja is someone who has been passionate about criticizing the past administration regarding the number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration constructed. Let me put on record, Honorable Speaker, that as at the end of December, per what is stated in the transition report, the Akufo-Addo government had constructed 13,624 kilometers of road, as against 4,630 kilometers of road by the previous government in 8 years. But during the vetting, Honorable Abuja just picked one component of the road construction, which is the construction of new roads, which is 673 kilometers construction of new roads to represent the total number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration had constructed. And I thought this is misleading representation of facts, and it did not help in having accurate and good debate on the floor. Mr. Speaker, out of the 13,000...
So what? Miriam, so one can say what wasum. Because of cheap politics, any propaganda-minded communications, the NDC will try to condemn the things by using a mischief way. Because someone says, Sabio, any padodo no more Ghana no. They don't like to read. Omoti asem ewo media no more. Bebre no, they don't want to go and find out. So they would always try to make sure they carry the first voice out. Said the beya, even say obano bekano kurana, the lies has already been into the minds of the people, and it becomes difficult to change what someone has already heard before. But somehow, some way, and now your opposition, I think that the power is not in our hands anymore. So some of the leaders of the MPP will take the responsibility to encounter these guys. Yes. Hopefully, say they will understand. Say any one say ujama manfu chantrogu so na chire waba say ubaba eden abe defend o. Because yes, omo beto aso atwa ntro na ntina abusia yenkotie onabo asensu bo ache san kire mu yie car kwan no the type of roads omo build there any kwan ba bi omo yi no let's go and listen na yemeto aso ye a na ye de nsembem so abegu abonten mo ma menchi a yenwia Kofi Frank Kofi mechiao Janet Afram mo akwaba Alex Fenen ma wonso akwaba Ampa Joseph mechiao ye pa nketi Isaac mechiao Steven Apia mechiao ye pa na Champon Kofi mechiao pa David Achampon I greet you and Steven Apia mechiao dada etu menkono konkoti asensu boache bra na o chirechire mu ye wi a na ya move to another segment
624 roads constructed under the Akufo-Addo administration. Asphalt overlay alone is 1,955 kilometers. You can all bear witness to asphalt overlay projects that went on in the country, in Accra, in Kumasi, in Sunyani, in Takrade. Those are not new roads. Those are already existing roads that we put asphalt overlay to improve riding quality. We also constructed 35 bridges across the country. It's also part of the Akufo-Addo record of 13,624. Graveling and regraveling alone was about over 6,000 kilometers. Many of us are MPs from rural communities, and we know the importance of graveling in connecting people and bringing people together in these rural communities. So those are very important part of the road construction projects that were done under NANA Akufo-Addo administration. Mr. Speaker, reconstruction and upgrading of roads constituted 1,665 kilometers. Mr. Speaker, today, if you are reporting on construction of new roads, you will not talk about reconstruction and upgrading. Let me give you one example. Currently, the past government initiated the construction of Fanko in Sawam Road. That's about over 20 kilometers of road. That is an existing road, but it will not be. It's classified under upgrading and rehabilitation, so it will not be counted under new roads. But it's a major construction project with major funding. Today, there's Tema motorway reconstruction and upgrading. That is going to provide a facelift regarding the transportation network between the harbor city and the capital city. This will not be classified under new rules, but it's a major construction project that you know. And Honorable Abuja is somebody who is very experienced in this, a technical person, and he knows this. So I was very disappointed when he used just new rules to represent the total number of roads constructed under NANA Akufo-Addo.
Honorable Minister, I think you have the opportunity to give us a lot of information regarding to the ministry. So, but for now, I think you've given us enough.
Yeah, so, but it was important that I put that.
No, that is why I've indulged him. I mean, all of the people who have contributed, I gave them 5 minutes, but because I was interested in the information.
But Honorable Speaker, this notwithstanding, I believe that
this is great. Finally, the MPP caucus is also showing power. Deputy Speaker naturally say yes, and I was interested and I gave him time. But the me person can I entiase and say, mentiase the NTNDC for no yo mo to say the omuni Ghana mine soda. And as omuma ban muda. Yeka abanya watan Ghana konwa so achepa NDC for no doubt about that. Yeka abanya was spend sika So ya car kwan na wanye so pa na NDC for Eastern Corridor Road Samokai. Look at number of millions NDC are by spending on that road or one to me and young Kudruba Bia. Now when NANA ADDO Adaworumanti car kwan dada na mo ye gu ho a na aye motomon car kura ntumi mfa so ya besiesie car kwan de kotare agu so a wo se emaye enkan emfa nkan dwuma aban na aye ho because sa car kwan ne ye twa to ho dada na wagimi wo ya abo a che abusia temi yi o car kwan ya mo ye gu ho a ye basa car entumi mfa so ensuo ne ateche ntokura hodo a wodo car kura fa so a na ayeden ese wo car aban bi aba no se car kwan na ye yi gu ho dada no ma men kura no na ekromu nante enye easy maye. Governance is about making people's life comfortable. I said, I don't make sense be said. A primitive politician doesn't think, say, governance is about continuation. Until I say, now, no me example be say, hospitals are hodo, schools are hodo, Mahama didn't say, man, NANA ADDO ya, obe complete, you know. And I'm say, Yamanyo Koba kono. Primitive mentality no agio mutina fantino. They don't recognize they don't recognize NANA ADDO say waye adwuma. Adentia enye no ne onyo no ne hyase. Yede o tax opia ena yeden esanko tua sa aka na mahama kobogu ho no. O tax na utua no enu bie na ye betidi akwa kotua saa aka no enti aban bia ba na odwene wo ho na o se ade we ya omo aye mi mani ngu ho mpro me toa so na yetumi ayusu a enam se wadwene na eda utim no yete se obi otigura mu nti o se aban na anye hwe ti se aerojet project ahodo anewo kumase afari military hospitals akese a sabio kofo hya ase hospitals akese a tames hya ase a NANA ADDO ya odi Ghana man ya nkasa yesika eco complete saa ne man nyina no to the NDC no so far as ya wona one hya ase from scratch anwie ne de e kire se wo yeden wanya adwuma enye saa nka denti a obi a ya pointing to become the minister of road and highways ebe gira bontran kese aban ne si wayi aka akwan 13,000 enye nokore adenti a ka akwan no bi no ma o se waye so adwuma no na yaye wo ho dada. Look what sense does it make? Ghana for the man na chakrante no mo me say ye de o man na kwa ko se akrante nsam se o ntwa ne te se bro o man na ya pagyan te se abrofuo e na de akwa kosi nkrante omo anim se mongi na montwa momfa mo sintwa na mo monwi bi mo ne mo ma mo mra ha na wo fere se mahama asem ya aba ne de na ya ba ye ne ye ma na aba ye betwa buro no bi akọ entinka eka NDC primitive mentality politicians no eka omo nko a enka wo bedi Ghana konwa no as a president na project bi ho de ya ye na ye nya nwie ya enam se enye wa ban na hya ase enti no ja no man nsei Janoman say because enya wo na wo de wo hya ase enti ka nipa bi se no abisa ne se enti uboto musika ena wo de ye bibi ena bibi nti wagye asi ho a na akyire wunya sika na wo se untoa so because of say wugya ato ho nti untoa so obeye ne sama na yeye abuso yehunu amane o maame bi kan asem o se ye de school akwa nkokɔ nketenkete eye nokore Elizabeth Chame mu akwaba Michael Amoa na ma wonso akwaba ye sanso na Samuel Kelly mu akwaba pa abuso wo men like video no na ye share wo men like na ye share na yes yenya dom enkayo just say odwire ho a you cannot think beyond or you cannot think far say obi o say ye frene honorable member of parliament eye abodin bi emu eduru ye de manipa o munimu nyansa titirefo na ye de ma won na sa nipa wei ebegyina ho eye this kind of reason ekire wa now you be asabi wadwene mu do me kase mi bridi amanfo ntia se di ntia wo so gusu bridi I have to breathe because ye de omina ma akrante ene ne ma so mo metwa bi nko. There is no sense in what that guy is saying. When tia na ye ka kire mu no said don't make the mistake to bring in people asa bi omudi sika na ato certificate bi anya abosudini bi a enye omo knowledge na ama omo nya sa abosudini no. This is why we were advising you people to vote wisely, thinking about the future. Enti weyachi nipa o reason to say asema okikan a ono na edina ba be minister of road and highways odwene say aka akwan bi ana na do na de nsa hyemu say oyo na wanyo awie na ofiri aban so odwene say akwa we obeye ho adwuma Michael do say mo akwa aba. Because Ghanaians knew and still voted for NDC. Now Ghanaians haven't seen nothing yet. Sister Kofi, no. The Kofi nyame they also trade. Nipa all reason this way. Do you think that person or best spend it usika no edia complete sa aka akwan no? Ama ho ato. Abro nim so ye wi a na adwene mu no ye mo na baso because enyo no na hye ase. Ye wu abere onim sese bio ye betwa bi akọ project we ya yadruba bi meto aso a budget allocated eye kakra bi ye menya di afiri muso a akromfo nko a akromfo and people with that sense of leadership and ye yi omo enkurase keka nko a asema ye kan nyansa nim ne yemi ne ye ya no den na ye ka ne asanso boy ho safo hene say ye de ben ye honorable minister of what of road and highways me ye MP me ye government what them call official me ye a minister of state now who minister of state ya na dwene mu tiati sese ya fa na wo direct wo man de akọ so minister of state ya the ordinary party in your mining course so na ordinary a o man no fa na wo do be kọ amaw Ghana for ese ye pena ya hu bi o yankae NANA ADDO ansere daakye a yɛbɛkae asu agu ne so saa de nti a papa wagya yɛn ama enipa a ɔmote sɛ agye yi ɛna ɔkɔmi wakɔ aba paa saa nso na market keedu sɛ mi wakɔ aba ɔyɛ minister mu o adwene na ɛda tire nom no so a it doesn't carry weight. He doesn't make sense when he expresses himself. He makes allegations. Can say childhood allegations and childhood reason and all ma. Na abusuan panyina wu. Na ye yi se bedi abusuan panyina de a oba ya wo se abusuan fie na abusuan panyina da de waka ba bi ni si no mento aso betimi de abusuan sika ye den sen akwa akosi abusuan fie foforo bra sense wo why na beti ase amo aye sa adefo no but me still the battle remains the Lord's.
Is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord's.
And the battle still remains the Lord's. Yemuvu na yenko yanim. Yemuvu na yentuado. Yantubase Muntaka asem no ye baso betu yantubase Muntaka ne Hurana Idrissu asem no ye baso. That is the main topic of the day. But yamfa asem we ntwamansa. Miyanom asem ye si wo oboase amanfo aka de omo beka nyina sebio NDC for person omo nkyere se asojafo no na ye jimifo e no mokoto tuo de bobo common citizens but me ya o de video we hwe ni ye hwe video we ye so hwe video ya me no ye hwe ni sesie ya wo so hwe wani mu ye a sojani ejina civilians fo bebrebe bi anim abenum kura hyehye max hweniye o anto ba se video no san aba we me di twam me di boni taw na ye koyanim so he video we yie pa ube hu se soja fo no omo de omo ka ba begina civilians nanim ena omo try so oni omo be dialogue se mon sign komochi se wo hu video ni ye pa look at the video but look at the actions these guys are doing ya ban na aba ya ni ba bia ko enti ana obi sha ho say, introduce say from here, where the soldiers were there begging and talking with them. DNC ya ibinum ehwede won kwa. Me also miss ahopa. Bisa won say eba ne say na from this level where the soldiers were dialoguing with them. Eba ne say na ekosi say the soldiers started shooting them. Enti munko kan kire NDC fo ne omo John Dramani Mahama ne enkrofo na omo hye kire omo sum ahiafo ma se wonko wia gold mfamra won no se finally video we soja ni bi ne twa yo soja fo na omo patrol ho no omo mu bi ne twa ye soja for na omo wo patrol at that time no omumu bi na share that shoot to serve video we de beto about 10 because of nsema and this for sure ase na omo kan about 10 enti who born dog mimi ye soja ni mikita tuo who ko baabi manya respect amount aka acho say san wachi osi da bi maban na aba me nko misu mikita tuo no bi mikita sekan mikita dua mikita boso ba me de bebo mpacho mimia ba mimia be ma utie me nti eye wo na wo kita tuo a wo ye obi a yama wakwanya se obetimi defend ho na mpo ne sabi wo an defend ho at the right time na wo ma bi twi fa so e be yi wo adwuma de ne nka obeye akatua ye di tua wo de nti a ye tua wo ka ne se bo saa brane no ho ba ne de ne nka obeye nobody obi bia ni oka se enipa wu a eya de pa obi bia ni ho pese obi wu obi bia ni ho preach for people to die but se unchimi na wunya wu a you deserve to die. So for my numra at the bulb so when I we Maradona when I we a supporter of a supreme leader Ghana mana baba ye wan kasa wa japadia mimia se ye bo tu okuwa e ye ujimi na odi ato uwo because video we ya ye no nyina ye hwe bibia kire se yen kan se sojafo no eye den apply ade a ye frɛ ne professional approach. Okay, SK, good luck. Ya frimpom ma memoakwaba. Video ya me no ye hwe. So hwe ni ye ultim se soldier for no ye den apply professional approach. Enye shoot at sight, but dialogue ko so and this for supporters na antiase. Enti ne why na yemfa so mo no yemfa mo NDC ma me na o ka kire o mo se NDC hu ye ne pe o mo nsesa o mo niama na o mo nko gadam say wo site ho no Captain Smart o se asase ne ye wona asase wo nko ho na wo nko ye de wo pe no o mo na yemfa so mo no mo o mo ana ase sojafo no why na was yemfa sa so mo we mo no. That is what my question is about. Because me no nyina video ya ye hwe bibia da di eda ani pefe se asojafo na omo bo dam asojafo na nko ho direct so mo kwa koshutu amanfo Benjamin Asare bedi akomo akwaba. They went there with the intention to stop these guys from being vagabonds. But is this a wura utima na sisi waso? Aye. Owo etru so se oba be wu a na sisi waso. Enti nyansa sem kra na obi ka kire wa wonte. Ni nyina ne se NDC amanyoku abo won anoho ba se yaban ne aba mo ye bibia ye beboa mo ye be support mo obi ya chimo obi ene obetum de ne nsa aka mo ye hu se nka Ghana man mu ye hu asojafo a na edi America ye hu asojafo a na ye dwane ye hu asojafo a na bibi esuro ni ohu aba yetim enso hwe na de ye hu adentia supreme leader ye den aba bedi Ghana konwa no so ene da mu no hwe supreme leader ne breso ene be hu sa ansem we azekdote me mo akwaba Benjamin Asari Beda, because from Ohio, US. Thanks so very much for this video. You really mean business. You're welcome, Asari. Azegdote, it is RAZ is a simple, complete lawlessness, and that is how Ghanaians have become. Hello, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you all. We a message. Give me about Madam Vida Boche. Ediaba. Amen. Yes. Mama share. Na yen like it. Na yema comment so nye den. Imfro. Message also say, and then your first time so about channel no so. Now I subscribe no be kan busuako no. Enti e mo bi nada. Amankwa akwa bena Frank mo akwa aba sana fata oben wonso mo akwa aba. E mo bi nada okra se Ghana sojafo ye nipa bonefo. Se Ghana fo sojafo ye nipa bonefo a nka yen so omo akwa omo ni omo edi nkomo omo ni omo kasa esre fa kwa misu so do omo betumi atwe omo attention say emma omo nko enye dan enko beyond where they were. Miriam Michael K adusai aka asem bi se mo be kaya video bi beto abonto ma me se menya sa video na guy bi di kamba say he was an eyewitness of what happened. Na ne kasa ye mu no o kama Ghana 40 ase say omo bu nkotodwe say omo sre asojafo no yes, this is the video. You was a video. A video. Tie video.
What's say now about the assembly here? Because a munchri mwankasa anything.
And Chimuni say under that about 10 and I do. And they say a cost of honor.
Now, Jimmy, Bonnie new team near Kofi Sam na Ukodia. I didn't tell 10 o'clock and I don't know beer jumum 10 o'clock in the night. I was a moment video no ye. Moment we are my video no na obwa crashing with the soldiers no. Now I fought team adrene.
Pay and we be an and to your boy, you put a chisel and a hammer near the boy. And to your wula inside one, a pint they will car pint the Mucasia. To your wula when my friend I caught the beer, I mean, I mean, I did chisel hamano. You did to know a friend here. And to your go do car pint Musena and a soldier for the buy. It is soldier for the bedroom on a packet distance. Soldier for the bedroom on a packet distance. Ya approach soldiers in the end, you must see. And you pay for Mudi and Mono, Bia Buko to say. Say, I know Bia Buko to be. I know Bia Pajan is a say. And Tiamwa, Yamudi and Nimunia, such a funny spray, I am my she gun, no you. And yes, I want shot in Yamumo, a straight gun. Straight. So a bass and Yena Gane. What I say, don't know why a foul lemono, a fat. And you will say, I am you don't have still such a funny fire. And yes, all people here say and I say, and you straight bullets and soldier for the fire. Without no reason. Yanyashi, and say, Yanyashi, me and I make a sassano. And say, I pro and a soldier for the boy. I didn't believe you soldier for the dream. And so, Suboni there, Nakauso Jani, and Kaunia, Alcoa Penamania, and then Nakauko Kukunia, Nani Blodina, Ubon Hobino, Nasa Okwa, Uno better Ghana. What you say? A queer soldier for the after well lie, and ya dear papa. What yet was it? You society about a unicakra. Galam says 30 years, and then there by way of who be that. Which has and the modern Ghana club be intact. What you say? I didn't tell the military much about my approach. I'm off for Buko today. You know, same way. Well lie.
And to me, and track what we di any day you who video me. Mr. Wankasa, her video no be him. Omabun Kotodre, Michael do say Medasepa. One was so be a boom Kotodre was soldier for an name, and as a man for try some bear override on the soldier for her video no ye. One will be obungo to dre. But your one will be obungo to dre womoana. Stephen Appiah or say the NDC executives must be blamed, especially the woman organizer. But your who say will be a bungo to dre wo video no moana. Ebi anamani hu ye. Abi anamemfe na konanim. Entimani hu ye. Minim so one say obi bu nkotodwa alert me and let me know. I will withdraw my statement. Say omo akowu nkwase awuo. Me de manhu say obi abu nkotodwe. Manhu say obi abu nkotodwe na odi nidie ema sojafoɔ no sɛ monsan emfa yenko mo ye san akoyachi munya ye ma yenko me de manhu bi entira busia me ka asɛm da bi ana amanfo ntemase British nkansa me mo akwaba sa so na uru kaya o say hello me mo akwaba pa mesa wa sɛ busia oba na wa like video na ama me na wa share nso aka ho sɛ wa hu man hu so bi abu nkotodwe pa akyɛw me ka asɛm yɛ nipa ntemase soldier police amoya authority bia they are authorized to use violence when it needs. So what? Interest ukodi nkwasi asɛm o police ana soldier ne anim na ɔtwetuo de bɔ wa wawukwa say oko override on the policeman wawukwa na wa wohwɛ me awoti America ana awoti US UK ana say Italy Germany Spain Saudi Arabia France Ghana the infanton nkyɛn so bi bo wura wo fie na ukita to a say it to me the body pan our self defense it automatically you activate self defense na me be soldier ni kita to a bind to ama me say me mfa mo me ho ban in case of emergency Bernardo say me mo akwaba na wabu awuram e wo ba bia me yem adwuma na me nim de wodenam na manya akokoduru aba wani maka kire se san wachi na bibia so ntwa na wugina ho na wo ye de wo ye kire me na mekita tuo na watwe tuo atu bi mana bɔ me nipa nan me nyina ho ma unku ye nyina nwi ansana ma ye bibia na so NDC supporters went there. Yes. Mami, Sister Kos Nyamecho say, first of all, why should they enter someone's office during that time, during that hour of day? Vada Bofienso say, in the first place, why did you go there? I abanese na ukoho. Muka video bia ebe trendy ye. Also mami bisa say banese na ukoho. I know an assistant by there can. President herself. Why did you go in there? I say the land is for a private individual, not for the government. Enti obi onu tiap to de Ghana ban. Ghana ban ya mana kwanya so tumi ya adwuma ente se. Wanka sama ban ya mo support no ba ye bo no wantumi amoa. Na ene nyankopon aboa yen. Na broni efira wa no ne de ne sika behye ma wama Ghana fo bi no ma adwuma ye. Wo so de wa ban na abantu kose no. Na adenti amanko Bank of Ghana anko sise sika na egu ho no. Cha de mo bebre. Had a friend uncle to two from Asesa and Mordia Pia Kohoro. Adentia Mwanko Bank of Ghana direct uncle sister Sikane Guhonubi. Sema Bana Abba. Hey, one, yes, say, I didn't know Timna and Yajuma body near day, Ebre. Joseph Dua say, was there a supermarket in that area? Ye kope kakraba beti. Nana Gambra say, they are not even the natives of Obuase. They are all Northerners and Muslims. Also, and these supporters claiming that their government has come to power. Yes. Nano muye yermi hui. Enipa no mo sam from honina. Ano mo Muslims. Mosque ye bompa ya mama ko siebo bebre Muslim fo nko a asase ne ko nya modie han ana du say ka no Baba Yara sports Baba Yara stadium we saw an NDC member holding a gun to sack all the people working there. It was wrong. Opam ohufo a otune barima Vada Boche so say Sister Vada Bocho say, the president, or say, Mahama must be held accountable for this. Nana Addo IS, or say, if they are hungry, they should go and do farming. Perfect. And what the way you know, farming, that will help you. Sister Vada, same way you can man say, Besaminka NDC for say since 7th of January 2025, the chief command of Ghana Armed Forces, Mahama, and it's a soldier for due Bonia, as a police for due Bonia, Ube to me Mahama fee, Akobisana say, on Mount Trechemo. Now, dear Woho, Ewo, Garamsey side to her. I wanted to give you update about this. Yantu asuna yanko yanim. And this is for still, omo pentokwako. MPP for atiasi and tentem to omontiasi. Me catch them say, akuya nya kwa memo kwa bapa. So wouldn't drop any far on I said they should take them to Olympic for award. Sister Vida. Oh, Master. You're for Munkoro Bukoji award for what they have done. Now me can't simbi. So they trouble to me. The senior. Se wutumi boaboa nipa doma no di ntro kire won edwa wanum kire won emeki omo firi se obetena konwa so a obe solve problem ewo oman no mu nyina te se de uye magician at the end of the day ubeti power na nya wodo woman can message you see, it's good video, don't lie. Yes, it's good video, don't lie. Please don't waste your time on that nonsense. Sister Norida Nyako say, is that place Papaya restaurant? I don't know. Minimum do you know Mokopa Diwo at mine inside. Chancellor Chairman Drew, I say good evening, Chairman. You're welcome, senior man. What is saying? Very long time, bro. I miss you there, bro. A moment to us in Koyanim. Chairman said there, Canada, I owe Denton, Italy for the on fire be more. Aye. Yeah. I wish I must say like a video on I am Koyanim. Moment to us, I am Koyanim. Facebook, women, chair be already. So I'm fan chairman. Chairman Michel Yepa, Michael Amo, Michel, Amafoa, Michel, Stephen Napia, Michel, David Achampo, Michel, Phobia member, Michel, Ajiman Ike mechana ye wi apanyin bra kwasi asama on so mechiro. Oh say say what they wano. Yeah, any ye wi apanyin Wilson Kofi mechia ye pa. Chairman say na me miss you more, just busy with work. Yeah. Ajuma wa unim. Ya wankwa anomantu a ugina hwa Rollins na asem. Wahu he yese wo de wano edo nwira bi nwo. John Mahama ne campaign promises na oyeye no. Akofa sema bre no. John Mahama was able to promise every single Ghanaian. Edruba bi kura John Mahama say amanfo mfa omo phone numbers mra. Obeden obesendi obia 500 Ghana cedi. John Mahama, every constituency that he went, also obema obia ampi no obema the ministerial position. Abra na wa promise oba obema only 60 ministers to work. And na a general promise. Peter Amewu our voter region who Eba Juma changed the face of who Naso Mahama timi machi Peter Amewu with promises are ono ankasa nim say nye possible. Mahama timi kata na ni dintro twantro twankontompo promises onim so ntumi nye ene ho hwede asi wo ho ndc for no mo amho we nye ndc ni different people ndc their head office e wo ho no ndc supporters na nkasa shira akotwaja atum ahye no pe video no
As I know the word. I can meet you. The money comes to you. Hey! Maria, man.
Antimia oheme yato abawie modi kunim. How do we get here? Ebana saying ene yaduru babia yaduru say yato abana wadi kunim na ya declare winner of the elections na mwankasa masie twa mo ho eyeden ekom ho ese mwankasa mo niema ni nyina ne say John Mahama promises millions of Ghanaians also say madwene ni susua o ka kire mo say madwene mu etia Oka kyerɛ mo sɛ sabio mo nkyɛ na mo wire afiri ampa. Unim de dia nkrofo we ye de omo ye. Ni nyina ne sɛ ampi na hofo kɔto abama no no. Na sabio Peter Mewu. Dini ana waje. How powerful anu aba beye in MPP. Omutumi gya Peter Mewu ho. Ekoto ama aba edema hwan edema saa nipa wei. Ena mahama ama ni ministerial appointment intino. Omoshi office na aye NDC for there. Enti da bi edu na maka se yeda nyankopon hata soro asese MPP anwene because bra de nkrofo we ye senka MPP wini aba we ya nka Ghana hye o nka Ghana sei se MPP wini aba we ya nka ndis we beke se MPP awiem enti nka ntokwa besi because Mahama has instigating these people to arise war if they lose. Enti sa instigation na Mahama de ma won aka omu enti ade kitikiti bi mposi ana omo atwaja atoba bi na omo ahya ase eko na omo say how can you do this to your own face what atwaja atom abra o party ni adinkunim after election. And so for 5, I say Mahama send you people to your company again to get their food. Bramantiasia. Nana Addo is when it's coming, it is doing. They will burn themselves. The wage of lies is confusion. Yes, it is. Oh, Ibrahim Mwakwaba. Mickey Thompson Mwakwaba yepa. Yemi apanyini Wilson Kofi, or see only fools will do this to their own party office. Of course. Why do you do it? Phobia members, good job. Phobia, you're welcome. Phobia, Ewo YouTube, Essence Facebook, Phobia member TV. Maybe Thompson Meek, or say watching live from Northern Italy, Venice. You're welcome, Brapanyini. Abusia se wom na me ma me bia send me audio me wie na me ba be pie course na me be boss audio na watie se da bia wo behu the type of people the NDC as a party is any die ntia omo conduct to omo hu say these guys were the party was built with broad Jerry John Lawrence PNDC. And they believe only in trust them. They don't know. And to trust them now, Krofu say, the sources to get their right. Now, Mahama ofata sanyema we because of entro ni bosre muka woni unkrofo to me a building ye. Etimi convincing nipa binoma na emfaso omunya free amanyoko ye friend MPP eso enam so ma MPP amanyoko no mpanfo kora buafu aban ne se onche sika ma omuni where the MPP for the year the finance minister where the MPP for mpanfo the year kinoforiata no ye finance minister for the MPP government mpacho mi bisawo nti odwene said they na omode ye kinoforiata no na ye because kinoforiata di Ghana sika na se kinoforiata de Ghana sika hwe Ghana fo nyina abusia the two of the matter ne say Ghanaians are born bad, we are wicked and also corrupt. And because Nana Addo Akufo-Addo have this manner of thinking about the poor, on any finance minister, Their intention was to protect the poor and build the country. Ajimifo we ya saa nkwasiafo we no mana na omonama na omudi na no atem na nado atem adenti a odi sika na ehwe ahiafo nyina because osikani bia kama na te se aban no emmo ne homodene MPP ni panyini bi kesa aban no na MPP fo mpamfo so omo the contract ko so omo koji sika free finance ministry ho finance minister will take the paper, read them and verify. Say adwuma na yesi koye ma aban no waye. Enti MPP mpamfo so omo mpe no because oma omo kwan ma omo nwia oman ni sika. But Ghana for esore ekoto abadi tia sabi MPP amanyoko Ghana for bo modern di papa we ya tem kenoforiata ye di na tem twa ne so bo twa na dapa kan de papa sabi obabe wanyina duru sika ekita no nimdi a owo abusua a ofirim yeto ni nyina atwe eto baabi eso papa pai back front center ni nyina ne say he was what protecting the public purse. Jimmy da ben yebeko yanim mi yakwajobo mi hu wache o mesra oba na watwere mase o ma hu wai mi hu wache pa kwajobo untumi nyira sa dabi kwajo untumi nyira sa ma ne yeye chese ahiafo yawo temper bi wo yeso a asembe tofoma ye mpemu hwe ne yie nti ase de ekoyie nipa na obo ye ho ban no obo ayen ma yenso ya brabo akoye yie na yenso ye ho atoye no yetumi tena ase ma amamfo incite against the person papa bi kan yo moa o se wo pese wo moa Africa ni who defend the African and found some you defend no. I was some for baako and defend no. Now for baako so more who buy because and yes sir. Sani pana would defend no be trying why then sane and waba benya because on tiasie the entire oil the oil. I see home kwan asem we yasi. Body bam boy so a BSc a BNU. Enye baby baako enkrofo na say your mind no we so body bad boy omosi MP na mahama man ministerial position enti on be say mahama no ankasa ni kromo ono ankasa ni krom wa ma MP no position ti no they cannot accept that. Enti MP so mo wan di simu nyina na sabio omo benya position ana. We na mama kai afenyo markings. I say oye yenka ne saying I say oye a prophet. I say mo yokan yo. Okan pa. I say NDC for ni kwanse mujubreti because boshe na amahihya amanfo no. Enche bia amanfo be hya ase I demand what you people promised them. I think this is the video I had there. Just a minute. I'm going to say video no here. Yes. The man was talking about this. Yes.
Parliament. Under President House should not be a secondary recipient of that which is its bona fide. I do not appreciate the fact that a statement will be issued when Parliament has not already received.
Abusiamo Fanchame, we Brana, the supreme leader. Ayan and Yama be in now, anya message be or say, Mame Vidabuch or say, Mr. Man, for the NDC ideology is to destroy rich people's job because of envy, instead of training them to be independent, to create job for themselves. Yeah, truly. What is the best you would see it? Kumasi asante fo akamfo asikafo yegu na adwuma nyina. Yes, no. That is what we are seeing. Now, video na nka me pedi abashe me manya video no. But bra, it is not acceptable. Say o party anwene enti na o say your mind no. O say no. Me party anwene me say no because me MP wanya position. I didn't bend away. But that man now said, what is wrong with the NDC supporters? And I mean about too much promising is the cost of confusion. Because all promise heaven and earth, and the man almost anybody that to the point Mahama saw no bar obey grown local prayers, they are my black stars. Just everything, everywhere, any issue, Mahama will come and promise over it. Anyone who are here, I say don't get here. I say I was so the general so no nyadwini be mo no. I say don't get here, and I say was so the general so I say no nyadwen nyadwini be mo no. Unya huwe, where the ekoso ha so.
Then I was going somewhere.
Well, Ayezu, Ayezu. Now I just say yes, ye nyaji so yeza enkwasi asem nko a. Maban na aba. Enti enuane kura ya to a egu ho a ye de be ma school fo no. Me sisa Kofi me de okọ. Kwa wia. He video we, o de video we.
Chito Secondary School bus. The tomatoes they are using for the students. I saw the bus. Then I was going somewhere. The big bus came. The school transport bus came to offload the goods here for this driver, taxi driver, to load. This is happening in Soko de Bogame right away. And this one, you'll be blaming government. That government is not good. While our own people are killing our own people. Close the booth. I want to take your car number. I will report this to the police right now. Right now. Chito Senior High School. The bus just left here now. And look at the thing they transport here. The food items that they transport here. They came to offload this in the bush here. Made the driver park on the street. Waiting for them to offload the goods. And now, this they will start to say Mahama is not good. Mahama is not good. Look at this. This is tin tomatoes. This is tin tomatoes. But the government bought all this in. You see the wickedness of people? While the people, the students are there without food. Master, what he did, is it good? And we are one year 50 years. And you the police is now the jailer. So Kofi want to violation. Net viol secondary school. Open to do me fever correct beme. Basa ba kojo 50 basa ba dagba trojo yina. I just saw this right now and I know there's something wrong. The school bus, the U-turn bus from Chito High School, Senior High. The driver came to offload these goods here, contracted this taxi driver. This is the car number. This is the car number. Okay? This is the car number. Tin tomatoes. So, my brother will be going to the police station. Yes, we have to fight for Ghana. First, my name is Apostle Ekacho. When you go to social media, you see me there. I will not support any evil. And they will begin to blame government, that government is this, government is that. While we are all...
So, who? Nana Addo ko. Enso henensa no adwuma. Nanado wafira konya so almost 1 month to. What say ne nsa no adwuma no still e kasa ma no. Sati tomatoes we ayeka kwasi ampanyi ne se be kese mahama onye good no. Why na toye? Enye mo na mugina bontene kese school for no nya aduane ni no. Van Jordan me mo akwaba. Nanado says what be gina humi o. But still the good leadership of papa we ebe perform we no. Ehun sunsanson da so our system no. Na wo pressure than this for so. They don't know how they can cope with Kwayan Nanado fast yen in Numa. Abayen sembebre. Ababaye den ababaye ensem bebre. Now I have voter regional. I think say Kasana no can a voter yanka awuna asena ya awuna voter. Sa nkrofo we. Nanado ye de obeye nyina to let them understand say voting for a political party that should not have an issue or should not have any connection with your tribe. Adwuma Nanado ye no ho akamfo asantefo ye twabo Nanado saa ye na ye stronghold onya project wo ho voter na wo ye enso nkrofo we say dey we are votarians to Abama DC. Nanado de aduane ko school ma e be wi akwa akoton se na be ye school for no be kese Nanado mpa mo asem Jimisa afe na wani abra wo tientiam afe ena wani abra wo tie na wo tie ma ye den hwan na beti wo sum why na beti se wo tientiam se Ghana ni bi edi ono ankasa ni wi anketo ano mabro MPP ama abanya breso ye kan kire mo se aduane wo school mu ho a teacher fo ne ni mpanfo ne ye nipa bonefo mo ma aduane eho ye na wo school no mu a mo si MPP fo ye atrofo si abana be ka kire mo se da bi enti se de mu sika no why na ka kire se o manum anase school no mo wom no aduane ni ho ye be ka mo se NMPP hena mo de na bia free SHS enuane kura ne di ti se nkrama ya aduane Jimmy afede wusu afede wa se nipa yi nipa boni afere won say Ghana ni ba na adwene da ni timi ye adwen bi eni kwan se wo so na foafo ne so afere na wahu ebinu ma adwene da omutumi nya adwen pa omo moama nkoso but na ye mo de sabre no because na munim say eboa moma mutumi di ntro de kire amansan se Nanado dan kwa Akufo Addo entonu ne ma nkwada ne ni Abusia meso say aya na wa like video na ma me pa. Gradis Damask me wakwaba pa. Sanso na Naset Ken me wakwaba yie pa. Pacho mo afei first time amaba platform we so mesere mo say mon subscribe ma me pa na mon like video no ma me. Mesere wa anso no. O he video na ye nipa more than 200 abusia. Ye mu 60 pe na ya like. Mesere wa say but more than I like video no ma me. For say like bottom no so. Na wa ba akoma no so bi aka ho na wa boa me ma video no ayeden a move on. Ye dos na ye hwenti moma ma like no enkoso. Like no ma me te say de wa chamade o. Ai. Aduma na me ro ani je ho a. O de oba na wa like wi akoma na ho na don sabo ba akoma no so na say ubetum so subscribe ama. adwem money. Ye mo papa kura mu hu say ye mo papa na mo de bone ne awudie. Afi na obetiam. Ye wia ne ma free school. Na first na ye ka kire mo say nuane wo school mo amamfo adwem money ntia munya aduane ni. Amamfo didi na omo ahira akotena baabi akoye aduane fun bi atwa ba be kire say aduane we na amamfo di no wo school. And let's say Safo Mwakwaba. Joseph do I say yes, that is the ideology of the NDC party. Afena musu. Mube suan supiem. Thank you, Jordan. Hey, Robert Somafo. Mwakwaba. Name. She said, you cannot understand the far by how we are here. Because when we were talking against this stance, Tikamo dopo papa, ti mando messaggio dopo, ok? Tra poco. No, sono in diretta, ti chiamo io dopo. Allora ci possiamo sentire domani mattina? Un bacio. Ciao. I'm so I'm fan chebe. My girl called me. Hey, in any case, Mr. Masabusi, I'm on question, I'm on like page, no man, I'm on like video, no mammy. But I know can want them no. Now, say NPP for ya trophy Kofi phone contumpo for Nabrama for Eddie and Kano. What was a wusu? Yenru Babio. Yenru Babia. The Ebebabe Tumono, a Yama Metomo. Say, dear, I will not sit there for you to say Mahama is not good. Mahama wine or Yabeka so good. Ah, no, you must wear my gym quano. And you're not a muscle on a bam who bet Tomodi you may about 24-hour economy in one. And then the ban is saying, I've heard them who say the character of the people they destroy the image of the country. But in Namuno, another wasem, I can't tell you.
Is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord's.
Listen to Honorable Kojo Ponkoma.
Now, Abusian for Entimon command this if one to say. Why you more fast or more treating NANA ADDO no? That is the same way that you are going to treat them. In some form, mutimikato mwani kandefa NANA ADDO who deceive the weak man. And track a senior kushia kesi mutimi try the fan NANA ADDO hono. Ye beye abrosa. Enya agro ye niabre pa adwuma na eda ye niso no edoso we have a great responsibility to bring out the evil plans and krofo we plan ya say atia form so a omo hu de omo nye no Enter Mahama. We are going to treat you as you treated NANA ADDO with your people. Just give me a minute. Samna mukaya mudibedi akonya we no. Sansem no the same thing because I say don't get akura aka amayate ho asese. When you promise and you come in power, we will judge you with your promises. Entino we die enye ntokwasem bia. We enye ntokwasem bia. We are going to judge you according to your promise. Enti de oka ye bia no, you must to honor it. I say don't get any.
Whatever it is, I'm not interested in arguing about the correctness or otherwise of statistics. The bottom line is that whatever terms you describe this economy, you were fully aware of its state before making your promises. So I hope you will not use these statistics to form the basis of justifying when or why he's not going to be able to implement the promises. We'll hold him to his one constituency, $1 million per year. We'll hold him to his free SHS from nursery to senior high.
Anti asem na say don't get your car. Or say we will hold him basing on what? On the promises that NANA ADDO made. Fortunately, NANA ADDO was able to deliver it. Even after when NANA ADDO delivered, the NDC decided to find a way to damage his name. But Odi Anayam Phantom Chain. Obi Ohemi Bianim said NANA ADDO is the best ever president, democratic president in Ghana Maimu. Enti abana ye de bought chinetwe ha ye de bebo ba. Enti say don't get here kano. Ahama nso no. Sa na
I want to talk about in the next phase. That's the area.
3 when they appeared before the appointments committee. Dr. Ayene was Deputy Attorney General when I was called to the bar. He, a minister responsible for justice, he actually handed me my qualified certificate.
Now, I was showing you a video where we said that be a catch them or say it is abomination. Say we are Ghana near Wadwin year Juma. Now, Ubekot say, oh, kwa ba the man this ya man you why you mistaken. Tie yo. Kwajo Pong Kuruma no ye the Minister of Information. Huh? What is the responsibilities of Minister of Finance? A China to force. Hey. Now, my video way, my watch now, and you because of the fact is Minister of Information, ex-Minister of Information, and the responsibilities of Finance Minister, a chain, the sitting Finance Minister. Now, or the same to an no so. Assembly see don't get your car, you know. A whole response. And I may day, me the brewe. Yenti a video no ye pa. Evans Ankama Kofi, me mo akwa papa me say good evening family. Kwa kupo say you are right of him planning for a war. Suppose the NDC won the election. And also clear that he even arranged for troops from Ibrahim to the yeah. That's how some no can na kurepa. Say Ibrahim to the related to Russia. So Mahama went to Russia to connive with Russia and Burkina Faso to do what they wanted to do. Military, now we say Mahama person trying to feed America for. I will come one day and talk about this. Yes. But we meant here, Kwajo upon Kroma. Abusia, who have video no, now like video no, amame, come on, pa. Momento aso.
Certificate of law. His track record is well known and well respected. We wish him well. He's not only going to be Attorney General, he's also going to be Minister responsible for justice. And Mr. Speaker, justice is a subject that across the country many people still look forward to. Court infrastructure, residences for magistrates and judges, the kind of budgets that must go there, the availability of lawyers for legal aid to ensure that justice is done in the nooks and crannies of this country. These are things that we expect Dr. Ayine, in addition to other functions, to pay attention to, and we wish him well. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable John Jinapo, our brother, is well versed in the subject of energy and finance. He has offered a lot of explanations about take or pay and things that are going on in the past. Mr. Speaker, no matter the explanations you give, and I speak as a former member of cabinet, there are a few lessons that we can share with our colleagues. No matter the explanations that you give, what the people of Ghana are waiting for is that fuel prices don't go up, the electricity prices don't go up, the fuel is available at the pumps, that the lights don't go off. We wish our brother well, and we hope he delivers in that area. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Dr. Atto spoke about 4 things that I want to briefly comment on. One was on raising revenue. The Honorable Dr. Atto says that his target is to move tax to GDP ratio from 13% to about 18%. That's about 500 basis points. Mr. Speaker, 1% of GDP is about 10 billion Ghana cedis. So to move it from 13 to 18 is about 50 billion Ghana cedis. At a time when, as we have agreed across the political divide, some tax handles should be removed. E-levy, COVID, betting. E-levy and COVID alone, nothing less than 20 billion. So what he's promising us is that he's going to take away about 20 billion from the revenue handles, but still grow it by another 50. We are hoping that he will do that without introducing new taxes or renaming some of the taxes. And whatever he will do in that area, we will support him and help him. If it works well and Ghana moves to 18% of GDP, it works well for all of us. Mr. Speaker, he spoke about expenditure cuts and says that he's committed to it. On this side of the House, we had already advertised that we are looking forward to about a cut of 3% of GDP. So we'll be looking forward to the expenditure cuts that he will present in his first budget, and we'll help him to achieve it. However, Mr. Speaker, whatever cuts we do, we should ensure that quality of projects are not being sacrificed. We should expect that ongoing projects that are delivering value to Ghanaians are not sacrificed. Yesterday, the Honorable Agboja at his vetting mentioned that commitment on roads is about 100 billion. That means about 100 billion worth of road projects ongoing. These cuts, we are hoping, will not lead to a stop of the major critical road and other infrastructure projects across the country. Mr. Speaker, the third thing he spoke about, which I want to briefly comment on, is debt management. That under his administration, they will do better in debt management. At the same time, he's considering taking some more money from the IMF. That's not a grant, that's debt. What is that debt going to do? Worsen our debt situation or improve it? So, Mr. Speaker, we'll be looking forward to these things and helping our brother Atto to achieve those objectives. And finally, the respected minority leader drew attention to the fact that when the president issued the EI on the ministries, he said Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. But when he issued the communication to the speaker, he said Minister responsible for finance. We will urge our brother to avoid the trap of creating the impression that he is responsible for the economy. The minister responsible for fiscal policy, the minister responsible for finance, like my brother Ricketts knows, is a minister responsible for fiscal policy, not the whole economy. There are external economic developments that he doesn't have control over. There are things happening in the monetary policy space that he doesn't have control over. There are real sector economic issues in other areas that other ministers will be taking decisions and impacting the economy. He doesn't have control over that. So from our lessons, we wish them well. We will give them all the support that we can. If it works well for all of us. And with these few words, Mr. Speaker, we will support the motion that our brothers be approved to take up their position. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
This country called Ghana, we have a long way to go as Atto being a finance minister. Evans, I don't know. Tegana for it, Yasama Yemi Panini at the Batuabon Tria. Or say, light no, you're saying Jinaso. Yem Fahone de Obeka. Patro ne buono, mo promises some better so. Monte so, and I'm manina baby ojina. And the last most, you have to make sure say your coffee station say kwakoto patra ye benya biato free ho. Ebi anamonka 2015 2016 Uko filling station a man for sala be 1 kilometer the top through. A big ni pumps no. But Mahama kai. Here na mu free at the end term. A Juman nanado ababa ye no wo. Fuel sector. Ama fuel. Aye stable Ghana maimu. A bin sida say for over 8 years. Fuel and short to Ghana. A bin sida. But upon all this, Ghana for yantiasie yantehwe because Bahama and Asem there was short memory. Now Asemba ko kan yana say you see say and then I know be can say one NPP MP can handle all the 182 NDC ministers in the parliament. Say adwene ni ho also mo kasa kro mo kasa with the with you can say tone be I to say bushy way of talking. I just adwene nanda obi open talk obi ani bufu ntentem bia obi o many a times no the knowledge is low because obi o wonyansa etumi no kasa kwa chiransa ni bubefu ani buafu. I don't want to hurt anyone apart from so obi oposo no be on poso or no ma na only din come 1 2 na ni buafu bia no problem wa adwene no enti NDC for MP no parliament ho a ada so mu di watem or they don't talk enkanye sa Minister of Finance say obetete taxes bi so but at the same time he also would improve the internal generated revenue. Are you a magician? Are you a magician? Ubetuka taxi. Ubetuka taxi free. Omainum. Adiana Nando ye and Ghana for anti-Asian say. Nanando buy no obetwitwa tax for the niema binuma na ehu hia so the tax beto so condom. I didn't tell the tax ekoto so. Sekanya kuani de kodo I didn't tell the tax ekoto so. Eniema taxes bi ohwa na eye tax bia na ehu hia ena otwitwem. Ena ba bia amanfo meki sika okogigi bi firi ho e de beboa ye na hiafo. But when this you say betting tax ubetwam betna America kurana omoye the most richest country in the world omo tax was so no who NDC government supreme leader ntino ubetwam. And the next tax on the banner the koto or the wako to seka so, another wako to kuro so, another wako to a sichire so, anan chene, ana more son on the wako to. Uko yi taxing, uko yi betting tax free wa. Semba be other tax the wako to. Because we are talking about 50 billion additional revenue internally generated. I was so for taxing Emma. Osa kwa yi tax ya free. He wahu ya ton Ghana mine the man nipa o monsem fatan se omube manage even a susu company. Say the finance ministerial position. I come out to force it. Aye ni hwana yakwa bi na okasa basabasa te se bodam ni no. Minister of physical display. We only need today. We are sabio constituency binum na nim therefore titro bini ho. Constituency binum ho enam se free education na nye possible nti nipa no bebre ntumi anko school nti nipa bi obenye sika kakra bi obeye popra bia no etimi to abama no aba parliament ukofa no de na ba be ministerial position or a decision maker for the country. Now we're born. Now we're born. What do you think he can do for you? Where do you think he can take your management? What kind of direction can such a person give to you? And Anipa won't name the difference between his role and the role of a finance minister. All is about talk, cheap talk, propaganda, making sense where there is no sense, trying to capture the minds of the vulnerable mentality people, the lower IQ group of people in the society. Now, parliament, you become a decision maker for about 32 million people. Now make it stupid decisions. It goes direct are going to affect the people. Not me. Gambling or be or no. I mean, I said we could about Dr. Mawumiaka. I don't understand why somebody who decided to do gambling onto the tax. Wow, Remy, uti abruchra, catch them. Is there any abruchre kurubia? Udi bet? Udi even scratch and winner yento tax? Now, kura Unsabeka usikana ya tene dada calculation na woye no ya calculate subtract the tax involved, but Ghana dear yana yani sikano. We are saying say we don't care, we want to scrap it. Adentia ya yen kwasi promise. To me, I hear plenty. I am kwasi promise. To me, be a benya didn't know. Ya promise ya yen yena ho. Enti bedura by moi na achichire yen kon. Enti be ye no firi ho a na ye the tax akoto abrewa bi okoto nchene na the tax atoso. Abrewa bi okoto asichire bi e de abegu ni kokomadi na de akoto so. Kwiani bi okoto sekan. Edi akoye afu wa adwuma okoye adwuma wa afuom edi aproduce aduane ama yenye bi ato adi wo yeman mu na the tax akoto ono so. Now the rare people who deserve to be taxed near Jawon, because Mahama went to a hall and told Nkwada Morgana said me ba a betting tax me ye free because a jumani o mainum. Promoting gambling, indirectly promoting gambling, empowering the youth to involve themselves in gambling. We abrochire uka asemi say ya adebechine ye tu afiri aban so. Adebechino na ye yiu afiri abanua na wote so a ama utima aye odededa o se yem fro supreme leader no. Adebeche na ya pamgo afiri ho a sabio yebekese koda o nsem fata so obedi o man nanim. Samuel Ofosubasi Senior, you are doing well. The MPP parliamentary caucus must be constructive, innovative, and tactically constructive to hold their opposition NDC caucus to tax. Opposing the NDC caucus to tax, they need not to joke with them. And yes, I know. Yes, sir. Nkrofo will lead the party into the country into a ditch. Deep under the sea. Because anifrani ekodi anifra ni anim so de ne koba bia on to amenam enti sabio sanifrani no de anifrani no di anifrani ne mfa sanifrani na o anifrani foforo so de ne koba bi no na nia bia anya hwe ono mom nto amenam na bia na anifrani no di animu na beto amenam ese am disi fo na metima kwa akoto amenam na Ghana fo yaji ye ho yade ye ho. Because we cannot go this way. Because adwuma no omo nimu yo. Omo ni ideas about how to govern a country. Why Joseph Yamino? Now, who are there? Mbabe yade bi achiro. Mbabe yade bi achiro. Who? And this MP, other sorry, yes, ya boni didn't say obey internal minister. Pacho, trust me, Kosu Ghana mami after election. Who are buying a sabio? What do you war or minor ne security hone ne stability hoa? I think that the first thing that you do is to install an internal minister to control the country. Mahama appointed many ministers, but the internal minister are responsible for the stability of the country, no? And then our body thing. Now, as a democratic politician, you our opposition, and they say, with this stability, about my your way of jubilating anyway.
Congratulations, sir. You haven't known the end of the company. Allah, wallahi, you can't tell you. You haven't known the end of the company. Let's check it.
Yes. We Miminim Maya Ufriso Maya Otisu Manone, Sanibe no Sudia, no I come mate. Son of power for 2 and a water. We a minister, interior minister, and Casano, or Sodanopa, or the two, no or the aware come and neho. We and a internal minister, all quite all co. Now, what could you ma? So my na sumye ebebam. Introduce some phone qua. The video review. I have a slip. I say buni pasi. I say the abre no di ya dia come deno. The video review.
Congratulations, sir. You haven't known the end of the company. Allah, wallahi, you can't tell you. You haven't known the end of the company. Let's check it. Congratulations, sir. You haven't known the end of the company. Allah, wallahi, you can't tell you. You haven't known the end of the company. Let's check it.
Enti Haruna say, nye Haruna, Muntala, say, the abre eno die, nye die come de no. Stephen appears that is gun salute. Stephen, sa no mo ye no Ghana wa hu. Usura no pa compound ba bia otina wa for 2 na ototo. Adenti a wo ye salute. Hey. What a lawlessness situation. But any common person be na you. We internal minister ni salute to man anopa anyway. Fa ho adwene. Abusianfo, mesem se mo man like video no. Na yes, mo man like video no. Nipa ya like e so pa mi nuanom. Nipa ya video e do so no likes no wo form. Ti mesem se mo man hit bottom no. Na ya like na video no. Empopo enko nanim. Mesem mo a se mo like. Internal minister, the new internal minister for the Republic of Ghana, and I said the new internal minister for the federal state of Ghana. Mahama, the speech in the BNO. No.
Is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few. And the battle remains the Lord.
And to know, the battle still remains the Lord's. And to say, well, internal minister or southern power or the two. I said, another introduction me. Another there, or you think 30 military rule, military coup, one. The one who Munyan who Nana to assume.
The battle is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord.
Abusian for segment we medisiha na young colors
is going to
the action of the police officer is an act of indiscipline, anarchy, and the stupidity of highest degree. The PC must be disciplined. The police, what? Or the parliamentary candidate. I don't know what you mean by PC. But we the new elected or the new appointed internal minister. Ni salute no. Ushian woni oti benefia no pa bia tuo no besu because the wabre na edie enye de come ye dan ede no. Abusianfo, now let's come to the final thing. The final. And then my match. Hey, me say eske na de. We could have gone with any my koko. My match, but me topics na do so in. Abusianfo, the final thing. Tie video we. We tie video we answer.
Needs to take advantage of UNESCO's advice on secondary education. How accessible is it? What is the quality? Are we running a secondary?
Ni oje mudi mama for watermelon south or no kroya so yedom kuma na no ni o ma hyebeje fiem on manyafo Hurana Idrissu e kire se aban we wo pre ne ho pa so wode ntroso ku ye kwa eba enya de se be yadwuma tsane a wo hye ho bono o kasa no se aban we pese enkode wo Ghana ha se dachi eye bibie wo no nti e na wo so sa ntroso ku no ahwe senka wadwene Ghana fo ho epe Ghana yie dachi mu a ankode je pa ne begu akwamu wase obi enkase fo asempa kodo ehumu so suku na ye kwa na eye na nyama nyosam enyenye bibia na nso mo dadweno mo ntiase se aban entu ne boa wo pepre ne ho sika kro de bebo ho bra amano ache ne bi ni wono mo na wo kasa ewo atifi emantemo ebra NDC amayiko no eye apom teretene nante adwumadi a mo ede epre enkabo mu ewo tamale no.
Is a noble social and political educational objective, but the pursuit of it must be premised on adequate, reliable, sustainable financing, not experimental financing. And therefore, just as the ADC did in 1997, when we had difficulties financing tertiary education, we built national consensus which resulted in the GET Fund. We are inviting him that
that he cannot finance and the economy cannot contain.
I say Ghana free education MPP amanyo konu ntumi nye ho adwuma de oka ye nyina na NANA ADDO ba ye na obekire obi mudi ntro mu ye akohwifo meme NANA ADDO dankwa akufo ADDO na NANA ADDO guy papa me ye agimidin papa me na me ye the best of the best since the Fourth Republic eba na obegu omwani mase poto na papa no gu omwani mase wiye no still no NDC for they did not want to admit said NANA ADDO abo adwuma enti enam so Emma Hurana Idrissu kopie mu ewo parliament e ka asem wetie me build
that Ghana needs to take advantage of UNESCO's advice on secondary education. How accessible is it? What is the quality? Are we running a secondary education system that produces quantity and not quality? And Mr. Speaker, my controversial point.
Propaganda.
Ghana needs a means test. A means test to determine who can pay, who cannot pay, and who can pay for education. This political thing of wanting to please everybody at the detriment of quality will harm this country in the next decade if we don't look back.
Enti Hurana Idrissu say adwuma na NANA ADDO ye ni nyina na political games. School born and edema ye nkwada in 10 years no it will come back and hunt on us. Okay, Samuel Ofosuba, say PC means police constable. Okay, thank you. Someone like a video na subscribe boy me yeah boy me okwanwe so. Asema Hurana Idrissu kan nyina ne say NANA ADDO dan odi the first no say NANA ADDO ntumi nye Ghana budget ntumi support free education. Entro NANA ADDO be free education man ye possible no and o san call parliament say free education no ye possible but enye quality a political arguments for vote because say the Dominican can at the beginning of the issue the intention of the so-called NDC say at the papa bia NANA ADDO be bia no omo be say no so mo ntumi ansɛ no a ɔmo bɛka asɛm bɔne afa ho sɛ de bɛyɛ nipa bɛdwene sɛ ade na NANA ADDO yɛ no ɛnya ade pa na kasa ne ne ntware mu ɛntro na ɔmo di yɛ no Ghana for toy akɔhwie na ɔmo bɔɔ yɛ no Ghana for toy ɛna yɛato aba ɛde ama NDC ɛna NDC aba bɛtena konwam nyankopɔn so onye na de kwa medical kan kyerɛw sɛ nyankopɔn hata so onye na de kwa ɔwɔ tam ɔwɔ brema bia ahama sɛ ɔkɔbɔ minister of education akɔ yi Hurana Idrissu kro na all criticize NANA ADDO no and the minister of education them na mamunim ye kese wo na obetumi aba ba ye minister of education ye frew na ya totoa abusia Hurana Idrissu Evans, I say John Mahama want to disgrace Hurana Idrissu. That's why he made him education minister, my brother. But say also to me, I refuse. So with my case on you. So go with my case on you. Patricia do me mo akwaba. Me I say go with my case on you. Ana Evans, who ni say? Now, Masama na America na yeyi Hurana Idrissu so mera meye Minister of Education, which is the main topic of the day. Abusia, Ghana for ya ho abro. Abato na yekoto ye no it said the young kasa ye di to asie yam na ye shoot ni ayi yanso afa ye chi. Me pese me mo video we na tie nsem a person say he did not refuse because of Uchobo. Okay, I see. In Chobosu, the NDC for the main reason of being in power. And the all kind of men or ya, Jennifer. Abusi for Mr. Mama. Kofi, me do say. Nchoboni ya omode. And in Tiawaji, ministerial position. But the Yankopon yen will be asna na udwin ho awonte ase o. Me say ensema Hurana Idrissu a year form about the Ghana education. Don't forget to say Abrana the world. Abrana we are seeing na Eka Ghana Education Service. In sa 8 years way, abone home modern Babedru second in the whole of Africa. Yaka Africa, South Africa ka ho. Tunisia ka ho. Omo that one and Ghana that second. Libya ka ho. Yeah. Morocco ka ho. Rwanda na yedi twa Ghana poano ka ho bi so Ghana na toso mienu. Even though the records were outside saying say Ghana is performing in terms of education, it is one of the best education system in the whole of Africa. No? Still ana NDC for a day. Ka senye no kure. Mahama de kure po say a teacher for no na school for no kan bom no omo abapo. But me bra nanu ya Hurana Idrissu niya Evans na asem nchobonti wakwaje pawrem fo atno so oye minister of education na yesesa de beto to ano abusia yenkone konko tie wo de me pese wontie nsem na Hurana Idrissu ka no na dwene ho na tie apart from fact say Hurana Idrissu is not somebody that can manage that position. Education services, you know, a Minister of Road and Highway, iron rods, cement, rocks, sand, and coal, no, a very sensitive. I was saying here, no, wunya a kind of background to be from education service. In fact, me found actually. John Mahama Kurano during his time of government before this one. In fact, or the you can say Papa way, Mami way, the Vice President actually way, and ordinary Minister of Education. Adentia now already a chancellor for tertiary institution as it say this is because this is because Sama Amena no di vice president no now chancellor Emma University of Cape Coast. Enti owo no wonim de ewo education service. Onu mpono obetwa nchobo. Ai obetwa ho, obetwa ahwe. Obe wa mo ne ho modere kura chok kura na bi ni school. Wantimi anya hwe. Sa wo hwe na na do de ye obeye oye ya. Assassin to implement free education, they needed technocrat, technical personnel. To me, I am to 20 in a pobaye because na po is very, very, very technical, and our sons are very, very technocrat. And in a pobaye, to me, so look at who came second to support or to be the Minister of Education. Mr. Yao Adukim, our one on Wankasa B schools to America, our knowledge about how to manage schools and education. But abusian for me and my more hemi. Sa papa we are going for na bay. Dear no nim efa education service ma obe to me aye bibiti true, especially in this moment. There was a very particular tax on the education service. Your friend is saying free education is really complicated, now very, very sensitive. Now, we have on free education in the on to audience are buying to me who do. Obey no manage. But just think. Mammy be the kind of video me who or say, yeah, the education. Ayeden akwa jinku konketenkete. Mama na sem no okana ya mesere pa. Ose ye the education ayeden akwa jinku koma e de abafie. Video ma hwehwa mi hu. Ari video na mi hu ya nkebe me the rough. Obi onje free education ni na odi free education akwhye ne nsa. Okwa akwose no. But ye ni ntia ye wo ha o de ye nkwane nkonko tie interview no bie wasum okay me yan Evans mate wase bie wasum yie anana Kofi wa free YouTube ko Facebook wa ho o de bie wasum yie na tie ensema Hurana Idrissu oba beka ye mane nkasa wie o kasa wie a na ma bie phone na sia atom. Now, once watch them say, "Nsem na odi kan say free education and ADDO ye no, enye papa. And ADDO money homodene wo education sector ne hwan no. Eye propaganda ye ntro anase na ye nokre. Umenkoden konkotie video.
I'm grateful for the
Papa we asem ye me o. This man had a vision for education service in our country. Papa, we now how he wanted to transform the Ghana education. Ghana for the chinamunti, ya truncate everything. Papa, we because he had a vision. He wanted to do something great for his country. He wanted to have a name recognized worldwide. Say he brought improvement. Adwuma papa we na dokono ne nchenam ne enkwase asem se mo bekom yakobo mutu akum wo obi mining company munti mato abatia aban no mo enkwere nkonkoti interview no momenti interview no pa just listen to the interview well.
Response from the nominee. Honorable Chair, beyond secondary education, which normally is the upper secondary, because we, by our statutes, we don't look at junior high as part of secondary. Beyond secondary education, I know there are a number of manifesto commitments in the field of tertiary, which is guaranteeing or is going to promise of fee-free level 100. If the nominee can shed some light on it, so that we'll be able to know what's going to happen in that area.
Thank you very much, Chair and members, and thank you, Honorable Minister. President Mahama and the NDC promised free tuition for students from level 100 who would undertake normal programs in the various public universities of our country, including what he has said expanded to private tertiary institutions. The number, a population for which the country will require about 345 million Ghana cedis. Of the number, a population for which the country will require about 345 million Ghana cedis. But Chairman, the beauty of this is that it's open. Even parents who are still willing to pay can do so under this principle that has been introduced by the NDC. So we intend to mobilize with the Ministry of Finance, some additional financing to cater for the population of students. It will be in the region of 125,000 as I look at it, and will provide 375 million Ghana cedis to support that. So every student who has paid will have a refund of his money, and the president intends to expand this over the years. Thank you.
Please proceed.
Honorable Chair, one of the areas that I will always be proud of as a former Minister for Education is the area of science, technology, engineering, mathematics education. Great progress has been made. Yes. And as measured...
Please address the chair.
Chair, great progress has been made. It has been validated. It has been validated around the world. STEM education in Ghana. I want to ask the nominee what plan his soon-to-be ministry is going to do about STEM education.
This is for any post can kind. As Mahama say, Oba, first year of what them call tertiary institutions, say free. As one say, Hurana Idrissu admit say amanfo atua. Almost I say go school, I think on the 10th or the 12th of this month. Sabre na Mahama you already sworn in. Adentia one season say yanjiska. Me say papa we wo wa faye no mum wa de adwene di agro. Say the Hurana Idrissu said the way afei no mo ko refund that money to the people. Oh, shame on you. Very shameful statement made by Hurana Idrissu. Mahama promise, but amanfo atua. Adentia one season because you were sworn in before this tertiary institution started their school. I coming with obi school. You obi war tertiary institution. So I know everything. Why you didn't do that? No, because it is promiser any possible to sustain. Moment to us. Yes, he enka some fast term. Ehana me pese wunti asema akwa we beka. Haruna tido beka no.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members. Thank you, Honorable. The significant thing for the NDC and President Mahama, as far as education is concerned, is for us to contribute meaningful to our national sustainable development efforts. At the tertiary level, emphasis will be on access, quality, and relevance. At the secondary level, emphasis will be on foundational learning in order that we can produce critical thinkers for the future. There will be a review of pedagogy.
Professor Yawadu Trim, Nensama now can say he want to change the Ghana education from theory, chew and pour to critical thinkers. Munina mokai. And this is what that be omudin tro. And ye papa, you see that he's still repeating the same words of Professor Yawadu Trim. Mon with the air. Omun to me yeso. And this is for the talk is cheap for them. Omun to me yamani ye. It is just talking. Just what? Talking.
And curriculum at all levels of education to meet the country's aspirations into the future and for meaningful contribution to our national development effort. I should note the effort you have done in getting STEM. We intend to build, at least in every region of Ghana, a model STEM school.
Out here, shout here, where are you between the line? We acknowledge the effort you have put to obtain STEM institution in the country. But nkrofo we yaba be kan kire o say papa na wanya juma School no more providing a ball at school. But one say, what do they want to do? They have, me say, NDC has no plan for as a government. What they do is to criticize you, and in case they come to power, they try to copy you. But because they were not the originators of the system, they will fail. They will what? They will fail. And that is what we are seeing. When we say what our product, the good initiative, the intention, NANA ADDO, and na buying now more Emma the youth no momentie. And then
should carry from kindergarten to senior high school to produce men for the future of work. We appreciate that going into the future, we need to train more people in science, information and communication technology and engineering. In that respect, our universities will be expected to relate more to industry without compromising their core academic objective training models. Thank you.
I don't know if you understand. He was saying the things in the life we appreciate. We appreciate the fact that Honorable Yawadu Trim, with this system there by your friend STEM, produce the future developers of this country. That be a mechanic we are man from funny serious. Unim tia Ghana yebre. Ye kwaji bosia free IMF say ba say the baba ye overhead a. Na ya sian kofa abrofo no, na ye de omo aba Ghana no mo aba ye adwuma no. Na omo asan ya jiskana bosia na ye kobo ye no afiri ye nsem mo Ghana. Na omo asan de aba abrochire. Why? Because we don't have science, mathematics, technical engineers are betumi aye sa nyuma nkese no. But na owura du twima ye no and this is for amona baso. When we say ne all kind in between the lines say we appreciate. We appreciate. But during campaign they were bastardizing anything that this government was doing. It is a mene unyina adrena da team the epese yenye achievement epese yenye eye the same dia adenti a osemento abanti a wei na wo mra. Video no wa metam so ko. Say adrena da me team no the same adrena da wo team sa de na apese mra meya adenti a wadi ntoragu me so se de meye na enye papa ehu hia. Exposing. This guy has still today confirmed, say, NANA ADDO Danko is the best, the most performed, the father of all, the best president that we have ever had. Momento ado, video nusia, nema beautiful last natum. Samuel Ofosuba say, President Mahama and the NDC fraternity knows that another Dankwa's SHS educational system is perfect and quality, even as it stands second in Africa, but because of propaganda and lies, they lied to win power. Good. Sansuna Yemia Margaret Lieda or say a good question. Medicam say, oh, the can't say Bianca, you are talking because you think that when you come, you have your way of doing it. Who believe we say you're the best. But so bana de me and no one person my way of doing and one person there. Then it means you have no sense. You are just copying directly from me. Some who are here, and one who jejere nanu yo na ko faba yo and one who jejere and one who jejere chi akofaba yako akofa amu ediaba so metra ye konso enfie nan omo mra te se akrantie ne ba ya ba no de na ya ba e betwa bi adi akọ ya ba no na ya den na yaba akrantie ne ba saa na woka momento aso.
Any further question?
Yes, please. Honorable Chair, this House have had an opportunity to approve Get Farm formula. We have all lamented about capping and debate about uncapping. I want to know the opinion of the nominee in the next budget coming up, what he intends to advocate for and push for in order to meet these aspirations of this House, which has been around for a long time. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you for the question. And for me also nostalgic. Those days in 1997, I was one of the strong advocates with many of our colleagues around here to advocate for the establishment of the GET Fund. Before then, tertiary education was largely public funded. Tuition remained free. There was no access even to private tertiary institutions. The Ghana Education Trust Fund has done its part. In the last few years, it has suffered because of the decision of then Minister of Finance to cap it. President Mahama and the Minister of Finance have gone public, and I join them in saying that we will uncap the GET Fund to free additional resources to support robust infrastructure development. Indeed, mathematically, cap GET Fund today is about $3.2 billion Ghana cedis, 3.2 billion Ghana cedis. Uncap it will make available to the Ministry of Education some 7.9 billion, which will accelerate expanded infrastructure. For instance, there are about 2,800 schools that needs to be fixed to deal with the problems of overcrowding. There are about 26,000 schools which has no changing facility for young girls for purposes of hygiene. There are about 780 schools that is required to expand access to junior high school. We will uncap GET Fund. I would engage the Minister for Finance to do this as a matter of expediency, and for the President to engage with the IMF to review the memorandum which included the GET Fund in the negotiations. President Mahama have said that he will review the IMF. So part of the review will be to uncap the GET Fund and free those additional resources to support the country to rely on GET Fund resources to finance education generally, in particular higher education.
Abusan for data na kwa ne kan nyina ne MPP for data. Pransa ideas surveyor na MPP for na ya gradually omo yedai omo kura schools. Go na no yenya new minister. Say nya aban oteso na waye ni data. How can you get that data? So say MPP aban no wa twempa magana. But talk is cheap. Read and copy and read to the people is very easy. Sister Ifua Dexina J Mwakwa Wapa. Ohe book so akanya chairman for very easy to do it and a program. Momento asokakra. Abusia ente maybe a phone last na to mefa nipa mienu because time okopa matnasi ache pa 3 hours plus. Yes.
Please proceed to ask the question.
Honorable Chair,
I'm coming to you.
In this great country, Ghana, the middle class has been squeezed for many years. Teachers, nurses have been squeezed, given the fact that majority of them have to find money to send their children to private school at the junior high school level especially, before then jumping into public schools at the senior high school level. Our public schools have gone into serious dilapidation for many years. And I'm happy that we began an effort to transform public schools. Public schools in rural areas have seen new facilities. Urban areas, new public schools have been built so that the middle class can find solace in our public schools. And I'm happy that at least in Greater Accra, you can see Accra STEM Academy.
Please, order. Honorable Yusuf, I do not want to mention your name again.
And this is for proposal.
So the public school transformation agenda is something that is very dear to the middle class. Honorable Chair, I want to ask my soon-to-be Minister for Education, what are his ideas and opinions about making sure that children, all children, have quality public schools to attend, and that if a parent doesn't have the resources, they will not go and look for a loan to send their children to private schools. Thank you, Chair.
Oh, thank you. Papa we kasa na mama wura ho. Papa we okasa fa Ghana education ho a na mama wura ho se Ghana fo atimi ato ababone. Because some are jobless with that policy, so they would like tie way to power. A migrant leader. I tell you, power drag. The same way. Papa we kasa na mama wura ho because okasa fa Ghana education to say he talk with passion. The interest of making Ghana education, the public education, quality, good education service. Okasa would say yes. It's not only about money, payment, a passion to develop this education service. Thank
you very much, Chairman. Chairman, our intervention in the education sector will be all-encompassing. We will give true meaning to the pursuit of free, compulsory, universal basic education. In my reading in the last few days, I have come to appreciate a major dichotomy which needs our urgent critical attention. Rural-urban dichotomy in the quality of education, northern-south dichotomy in the quality of education, and more deprived schools not producing because of quality of teachers and the presence of teachers in those areas. I intend, even when we assume office, to engage the Honorable Minister for Local Government as part of the financial realignment to get him to accept that teacher accommodation can be done by realigning common fund into building those for teachers in the rural areas. I do know that conditions of service generally for workers in the Ghanaian public sector is not the best. I had the privilege in the last few years to be Ghana's Minister for Employment. I did my utmost best to deal with some of the most incipient labor disputes of the country. But nonetheless, the cascading effect of what you do for the teacher, its economic and financial implications for the nurse, the pharmacist, the doctor, is what guides the purse. Therefore, what is in the kitty? We need to improve revenue mobilization generally. And in education, it will be appreciated if, and Parliament members are here, if we can dedicate 20% of national expenditure into education, or allocate at least a minimum of 5 to 6% of GDP to support education, then over a 10-year period, we would have done enough to expand and make these facilities available. At the basic level, and this was my concern, you haven't achieved free compulsory universal basic education, and you have up there a free senior high school education. You will still have in urban areas, Honorable former Minister and Chairman, in the urban areas, the out-of-school dropout, you see them. In the rural areas, you don't. That's the danger. We also have to be careful that we are not producing unemployed graduates from free senior high school who would become a threat to an unemployable. So that is why Minister hailed some of the TVET initiative, because we have to improve employability. And employability is better done through technical vocational training. We will expand access to all TVET institutions I'm aware that some of your initiatives were 30, 20, 40% because you didn't have money because you capped Get Fund. You remember, I don't want the minority leader to look into my eye. So the uncapping didn't free resources for you to be able to expand those TVET institutions. President Mahama and the NDC will complete all those TVET institutions, given respect to the directive principles of state policy, that as president, he has a responsibility to the state to continue every good initiative of the previous government. I thank you.
Busiatio. Tie. And how do I say Ghana Education Service? And how do I say TVET here? Otie. I mean, person me want to tough. Adoma oye as the Minister of Education, who so boy Adoma. In fact, what the amount for go school no be you know munya Adoma nya no. A threat. Enti na do odwene ko akiri e implement ade be yefre ne TVET first na wo ho na fe vocational skills and vocational schools. Yes, and this for ya ne good, and this for ya money good vocational I'm saying fe vocational skills and I say vocational technical vocational school or something like this, and this for ya mo ne good no. NANA ADDO buy na wasian ba beye when si schools nyina nwie, but what the Hurana Idrissu kan ye ya or say they appreciate that initiative and they will make sure to keep it and complete a juma na na ekoso, because some man focus no anya juma mo a ya they want to empower the youth omobo entro so ntimi nkasa onye primitive way no. But the Mibisane said, "You're now binder down ye no, nay ya de pa, I know now person of mine ya, and ya didn't ya would deem Troddy binder down someone at home. That is my question. Woman to us video, let me of course.
Thank you. You have further question? Please go ahead. And I plead that that should be the last question.
The last one. Honorable Chair, I think there has been interesting debate about the issue of E-blocks. And E-blocks, we completed a number of them across the country. But the good news is that government is a continuum. And that is why, beyond completing E-blocks, we added boarding facilities to those that are in remote locations. Adansia Peja is an example. Edujama is an example. Drobonso is an example where we added boarding facilities so that the facilities will become useful to the people of Ghana. It's not about us, it's about the children. So I think beyond completing E-blocks that have not been completed, Honorable nominee, Honorable Chair, would the Honorable nominee look into the possibility of adding boarding facilities if an E-block is in a distant location and students cannot walk to the school, so they become more useful to the country? Thank you.
Chair, the government will have no difficulty.
In a simple terms, monkwasi juma na moye gu muremuno. Mubema na ye civil country property ana. In a simple term, nkwasi juma na sikadi nti mukosisi gu muremuno. Yebe ni aye di ebe tumi aye. Ye nwie na moba. Mobeto aso. Ama mo E-blocks na ye useful ana. Tie.
At all, accepting to work to add boarding facilities where it's necessary. My own personal experience during the campaign was a day I was driving from Yendi towards Miang, and you see a major E facility on the Miang Road. I saw school girls and boys walking the street from Yendi Kulpin walking towards that area. That reminded me that if there's any opportunity to add a boarding facility to that, we should do that. And then also in Cherpune and also in Wulesi on the same road, I saw a facility where many of the catchment communities needed that. We would have no difficulty expanding boarding facilities where necessary. Ours is to expand access, ensure relevance and quality delivery by improving the conditions of service of teachers to the best that the economy can do, and to improve their quality through motivation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ibrox no. Aban fufuro bi ne sia na san disi fo ne sia. Onko si nkwase adan agugurem. Afi na oto compreni. Usa manfo na mfom. Mu si na mo ne adwene. Brena mu si sa school da no. Na mo ne adwene se nkwada na beko school no. Afi na okan na yebesi. Ubesi dia. Mu triso no mapampa so. Abusianfo me da mu nyina ase. Margaret Leda Medasepa, Histefua Dexter Medasepa, Samuel Ofosuba Medase, Samuel Kwabna Amankwa Medase, Ankama Evans Medasepa, Evans Ankama Kofi Muya. Thank you very much for being here all this while. And Nana Kofi do say Medase so Ansu 45 Medasepa, Nana Addo IS Medase, Phobia Member TV. Ewo Facebook, Esanso, Ewo YouTube. Sister Vida Boche, the president herself, Mame Medasepa. Chairman Drew Mechiao, Janet Afra Mechiao, Nolida Nyako Mechiao, Akia Nyakwa Mechiao, Sister Kosia Nyamecha Mechiao Pa, and Michael K. Duse Mechiao, Joseph Bua Mechiao Yepa, Nana Gambra Mechiao, Sansona Bernard Oseise Mechiao, Osei6 Mechiao, Stephen Apia Mechiao Yepa, Rose Rukaya Mechiao, Beatrice Nkansa Mechiao, Janeta Fram Mechiao Yepa, Kwasi Mensa Mechiao, Nana Addo IS Mechiao, Michael K. Duse Mechiao, Amankwa Kwabena Frank Mechiao, Fatau Ben Mechiao, and Isaac Date Mechiao also. Benjamin Asari Bediakon, Mechiao Yepa, Yafrem Poma Mechiao, SKB TV Mechiao, Ajay Pa, Osei Pa B, Mechiao so, Ajay Enoch, Mechiao Yepa, Cynthia Frimpom, Mechiao Yepa, Mike Ramoa, Mechiao, Samuel Kelly, also Mechiao Yepa, Bresson Johnson Ofosu, Mechiao Yepa, Ike Dive, Mechiao Janet Afra, Mechiao Ye. Kofi Frank Mechiao Pa, Mechiao Yepa, and now I'm being Alex Fennan Mechiao so, Ampa Joseph Mechiao, Isaac Nketia Mechiao, Champon Kofi also Mechiao Yepa, Bresna Champon Mechiao Mamerita, Phobia member Ewo Facebook, Esanso Ewo YouTube. Mama Rita Mechiao Yepa, what to say? Sister Esther K. Barima, Fiura Bakope, Mama Mechiao Yepa, Christina Boatema Mechiao, Nana Bema Mechiao, Braco Fiwedson, Mechiao Yepa, Obabi, Obia, Yemi upon you see Asamoa Mechiao, Nodida Nyakon, Mechiao Yepa, Cynthia Frempon, Mama, that's a panel support. Thank you very much. Yaudu Fie Mechiao, Sami Jesse from Hamburg, Mechiao Yepa, Sister Monica. Mechiao Dawasi, Georgina Bonsu Mechiao, so Kwaku Poku, Mechiao Yepa, Transforder Du, also Mechiao Yepa, Amos Ata Mechiao, SKB TV, Mechiao Yepa Dawasi Baby, or SK, our life. If we happen, Momenko, Enko Boy SK, na SK Funny Show, no your day. And to us, SKB TV, our YouTuber, Sisi America say, our life, good to me, a shift, equity, or non so. Ninsama or the name. Abusia. The woman yana Mr. say, Mama Drana like video no mame. Na unyan share so a share a mad of 4. Na nipa ye video ye best 200 plus, but ye mu 80 pe and I like intimacy say, Mama Drana na like. Abusia ne ya trema chepa. Enti ene de mom fan cheme say mefa course me and Sambi, but we may 5 minutes. Say the bay by ya. by 11:40 biara na yetumi akrosu. Enti me bie phone last na tum. Utumi frɛ na wache wadwen. 5 minutes pepe bushia. Enti phone last no edem. Utumi frɛ na wache wadwen. Anthony Benaman say goodness and mercy shall fall and ADDO Dankwa all the days of his life. Of course, such a good person. Phone lines no you be to mutimi frɛ na wache wadwen 5 minutes pepe na nipa foforo nso aba. Enti meanwhile no Kofi Adoma ma ye ne ho adwuma na mesen ka mentwa man betam so ana ADDO Dankwa wo message de magana
is the Lord. In truth, fellow Ghanaians, we are many and they are few, and the battle remains the Lord's.
The battle remains the Lord's. Yemia SKTV edaso ewo life utumi join no to support him too. Abusia phone lines no wom utumi frɛ na wache wadwen just 5 minutes. Enye sanso a yebetim ede bibia si na ochena yeba enya time ama obia ayedai achire na dwen said de ese na ayedai efata.
Whatever it is, I'm not interested in arguing about the correctness or otherwise of statistics. The bottom line is that whatever terms you describe this economy, you were fully aware of its state before making your promises. So I hope you will not use these statistics to form the basis of justifying when or why he's not going to be able to keep the promises. We will hold him. We will hold him to his one constituency, one.
And then the among fan chairman mistake in the media. The topic in there. Yeah.
Omano. Enyasafo na mene omukasonya ejimifo no.
Ethiopia.
Omano. Eye ene ye pese omani ye na ase, ye ne ye pese omano ese.
I think say enchina ebedi ni nti omani say ya. Emsinyama.
Misama mwa. Wako buku parliament woni na no kakra bi ne pega na ye. Omwa omuku parliament wono. Kakra bi ene pega na ye.
Yes.
Because MPP by to see a yawa behwe parliament. Bibia omudi bebia no omu nyina amanyokuo ni mienu no. Omu ka omadwini bom. Na de wo mu no no omayi eye wo mu no no omayi de enye wo mu no. Na omo atena omakọ back door no omatena siaka. Because ensiseye no omu de ba ekoma timamukuo ni nyina ye ni NDC member eni ye ni MPP member. So what you say? Ye ni labor ayi omu nyina wo wini a is there for the country. But meanwhile, your country no, and throw me, and your Muhammad, Papa, you are pointing at your so called finance.
Yeah.
And you want the better, I won't be our car say, Munka shekel, Namunko, Munko, and threat, and for yes, have a finance was appointed on.
Yeah.
Anna, Mantini.
Dabi, and you have to force in the cancer, no, yeah.
Debbie, and then my news be Saba panel. MC as appointed of finance will be.
Yeah, the Nico Baby, I can't say, Baby, I say, honey, a physical baby. I say, I didn't a 2 and I say 4 banana, I say 4. Yeah.
So, now, Mr. Mafo, only pan not Jimutaho. We are sure Pastor NDC or Munimumabu. Ya can't tell me yet Ghana for some Mr. Mafo Monteda. A dinner Ghana for Peru. And then school now, young Kwana Yajuni at Tostin until the Bia movie Jeremiah. Be beside. Hey, Mr. Mafo, Mahama have studied them. Okay, say they have short memory.
Of course.
Because how can a human being put me now be mouth? Koko say now so omunya make seven me comment. So omunya mean to me se bi wa adrimu how Ghana for no se dia yo na put me na ho mo bit the Captain Smart to put me akwa we ya garden boy kura nipa bebre mfa na nye okotena media so no wo jimi na mutie bra ya na NDC for mo de mo nkoso na mo butu o ma ne da bia mo amukodina we and I'm so glad sa asanso buate be kasaye
yeah
akwa hwe ni dimi na no de kasa kura tese na dwene mu ndo
yes
ebia ne akwa ya oye ayi ya kan say obagina aka say ye wo 5 minutes fuel na kane akwa off ya did ayi sa ya first kujina post John Jinapo just say pana ya short light and now in the light na so wo Ghana
and throw
say ye power mucho omunya so omu distribute o etimamfo no eti aso anana ama asofu ni nyina ya criminals a omu gu o manyi mu
so many politicians in the bokro no
omu ni asofu ni nyina ka bom na onyami bebusamo hwe matena wa ma Captain Smart edi soldier-fo animu twitwipom
yeah
Montumi ankwankwa nkoche no soldier-fo mo bo ma no mo ba montumi ankwankwa nkoche no na the whole world no mo hwe me na fufuo bi ko sister wo mo ma because of education na wo Ghana no edi omo ko F00LS edi omo ko Ghana say omo nko school because omo education ye ene ofre me was mu leader fufuo ya wa ba die anu odi o menya na me nko sesa me na so o twan so fe ne de so ne nkrofo ni jimia ebi order beto o montem hwe ewiase me samafo me kasa ya ye tete ma ye 5 minutes eni kwase usole promise nipa every day bia na won kan che ne se kwa bonten na ko pa adwuma ye abrochire wa ha me samafo wo ti Italy wo kwa adwuma betumi atua wo rent
na obeda bont obeye wo fa ne sen obeye street boy kan street boy obeda ball obeye ball
yo and na mu post bi ene mu parliamentary approach bi a mu pese mu nyanti na da bia na mu dintro e de kire tememfo no adan
ye ba mo ho beto mo
adan abraba tumi akaten se kokoko pa adwuma ye mo amususu mo ba abrochire da bia mo nim se aban adwuma e wo ha no enoso police migration custom teaching hospital asa adwuma bia ye ayi ewo kromu no ni nyina ye private individual
yes
na so mo bedin trachrom and na mo political career adan Esamafo ebia no obi na che na de mame nko ne fe ne papoforo because ye ka say ye di ye nuanom Ghana fo mpanifo no mo ti aban ni mu na bla Ghana is not going well any ayi ye kan say wo mo ti media no so no dwantoa so akwaji post dwantoa so akwaji post
I said they no ye nyina na ohwa utimi hu
pe say onko me say oteka mu ana card na tifia ma na kwakwa kogu ayi Ghana motorway ba akoso ene odibewu atam ni odi na akufu adu he will pay for it
me bompa ye say besi wo kwan ana na ado na yi ye
he will pay for it he won't go scot free obi a wodi na ado ni mu titi fom bia no he won't go scot free na me sofo na me si me tatie no ma me come last yi na me nko papa be ma good evening say wo ka say me still preach and me do preaching but ma me remind you ma ha ma ba o wohu Nana Akufo-Addo a ka baba begina ho abonachi MPP for papa wo se Nana Addo appointing ministerial position bebre but mama remind you say Muhammad ye no onyi obi adi o se nipa 100 no be point wo ma odi baako ebeka baako amoma ye mienu appoint omo ayi ni cabinet ayi no onya ani nyina onyi obi adi o
David.
Wodi baako beka baako amoma ye mienu beka miensa ho amoma ye nan eti ya papa wo matise wa ba be da sesai yesofu asiama Daniel Usu asiama wa be da simre bi sai wo da sesai Mahama sai odi nipa kakra bi ne bebu ne man but let me remind you let me refresh your memory say na yi na wonya ye ni nyina no obi ankọ ba bia o wo mu nyina odo mo betata so omo nyina pay a ewo so nipa 100 na ko be point omo nyina agina no ano be but obaye omo triple na ko triple 4 5 no odo mu nyina asese so eti papa ma wani sumro come out and say it ede bia me kasa osofo who preach no de mefa but enye wasam a wo kato public na mefa because me so me wa adwene a me yeden me de dwene me IQ no heaven the order me beko it is my choice say me choose preach now but preaching de me pay but wunsam be any wani any bibia wo ye bia no doesn't move me because wo charge Nana Akufo-Addo wo charge papa no but meanwhile na eniema bebre ho a no wo ye niye wan ba bontene amekamfo papa ne da ade a wo kamfo no eye free education or the baaye sometimes ya momye hwe bibiye Yesu krampo no mu judge no talkless of Nana Akufo-Addo but today bia wo ba public ebedi yen ya ye support Nana Addo e wo social media e na manfo ate e na nipa ne ye bone a wo nka but sometimes no the oye no e was so born abaso no tumi ye more sofo asiama be sofo be chiao nyame onhiraw but me say brabontene ne be criticize the cost of Ghana no as a preacher a messenger of God be kind of pray be samafo me da nyame nhiraw
me da wonso asema me bye ya ma me Esther na ye te ne nka abusua me wo breka kremetumi afa another call yes wa opese wo machire wadwen kakra so betumi afre achire wadwen but wo bechire wadwen a mesire wa say ye short say de be betumi de bia ba na we because na yaboma chere pa Margaret later will say they shouldn't forget double salary. It is soon going to start again. I saw one of Moho. Omwa ne woho asem dada na never koso. At the Fufrobia Mayo, he the same thing and never ko. 9% come more video be pa but video no mean oh.
That Ghana needs to take advantage of UNESCO's advice on secondary education. How accessible is it? What is the quality? Are we running a secondary education system that produces quantity and not quality? And Mr. Speaker, my controversial point, Ghana needs a means test. A means test to determine who can pay, who cannot pay, and who can pay for education. This political thing of wanting to please everybody at the detriment of quality will harm this country in the next decade if we don't look back.
And the Pakro Yanso, or see a Juma, Professor Dutrim, a no education sector, hono. In 10 years coming, Yebenya a Nipa, Omobeye, critical thinkers, number leading the development of this country. What do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Cool. So, in the now, double standard. Abusia, mesi metumi for another call. Who want to call? Hey, double standard BOE. Bra. Mimia Margaret. Sana omutie. Omon kano kure. Abusia, mama say omen like video no. Omen like video no na yenye den. Yem pushi ho. Na video no yenye den. Enko na nim. Na yes. Ibi anko said the TNF fata. Me try another call. Yes, well, to me, you can just call in and tell us your point of view. Video no hear me oh video we pa ma na sem no kan no. Eya me sere sa but me hu kura. And I'm saying yeah, and na phobia kura boy. See, the education akwaje nkoko. O kan yo mo a. O sa for me hu video no ochna na me hwe na mabo a kire mo. Me mfa ne say breko pa. Entre me pese menchia munyina ifua sister ifua Dexon awo hewe Facebook Samuel kwa bena amankwa chia also Patricia Du chia chairman Drew chairman yo chairman na makara moa amafo wa Stephen Apia na David Achempon chacha tiefo nyina menim se de tie bia no ye besane ayeden alshia ye ho ochina the same time, 7 o'clock Italian time. I'm a kanja gum. I said, the beya met to me a wien tem na eskin so any free gap. By Nadia, by 4 Mufan Chairman and Nadia saying a coy. What is the video? Say.
Mr. Chairman, yes, I remember.
Abusian for video we see na mo hu me biema na say makramo on next time tomorrow the same time we will meet here. Hi, RAZ Media GH on YouTube and Kennedy Japan Junior on Facebook. And then your first time Amimia or Madana subscribe. But don't forget say obe kreke Adoma no so. Na wayene all notification and yes I made the video tum and I say me ba live for unyama ne bosse maba esa so a hu se maba kra na wa be support me nti bo modena na ma hu hia o ewia na say wa ba be kan busu akese no ho se de be ya bre bi e be ba no obetumi abeka ho na edi juma. Margaret Mr. wa say subscribe. Yeah, I think this is the first day that I see you here, so you help me if you subscribe. Yento ado.
Mr. Chairman, yes, I remember the president appearing in the House as part of his constitutional mandate to update the House on what is happening in the country. And he made us aware of a certain figure of, at that time, new roads. It wasn't pleasant to try to contradict the president because his source of information are better than mine. But the figure 11,000 just jumped out as new roads. And my side said that was a bit less than the truth. Since then, the agencies under the road ministry attempted to adjust the figure as part of the transition. And you remember our view was that only 617 kilometers of roads were new roads, so to stay at the time. At the transition, they provided details. At the time of the transition, the new roads constructed is 673, which is not far from the 617 we talked about at that time, because it means that few more roads have been completed. So that issue is in a record of the of Parliament that indeed Ghana did not construct 11,000 kilometers of new roads since 2017. Rather, 673 kilometers have been constructed as new roads.
Want to talk about in the next phase. That's the areas that I do not agree with Honorable Kwame Abuja during his vetting hearing. One, Honorable Abuja engaged himself in what I will call political optimism, misrepresentation of facts regarding the number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration constructed during its 8 years of service. In fact, Honorable Abuja is someone who has been passionate about criticizing the past administration regarding the number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration constructed. Let me put on record, Honorable Speaker, that as at the end of December, per what is stated in the transition report, the Akufo-Addo government had constructed 13,624 kilometers of road, as against 4,630 kilometers of road by the previous government in 8 years. But during the vetting, Honorable Abuja just picked one component of the road construction, which is the construction of new roads, which is 673 kilometers construction of new roads to represent the total number of roads that the Akufo-Addo administration had constructed. And I thought this is misleading representation of facts, and it did not help in having accurate and good debate on the floor. Mr. Speaker, out of the 13,624 roads constructed under the Akufo-Addo administration, asphalt overlay alone is 1,955 kilometers. You can all bear witness to asphalt overlay projects that went on in the country, in Accra, in Kumasi, in Sunyani, in Takrade. Those are not new roads. Those are already existing roads that we put asphalt overlay to improve riding quality. We also constructed 35 bridges across the country. It's also part of the Akufo-Addo record of 13,624. Graveling and regraveling alone was about over 6,000 kilometers. Many of us are MPs from rural communities, and we know the importance of graveling in connecting people and bringing people together in these rural communities. So those are very important part of the road construction projects that were done under NANA Akufo-Addo administration. Mr. Speaker, reconstruction and upgrading of roads constituted 1,665 kilometers. Mr. Speaker, today, if you are reporting on construction of new roads, you will not talk about reconstruction and upgrading. Let me give you one example. Currently, the past government initiated the construction of Fanko in Sawam Road. That's about over 20 kilometers of road. That is an existing road, but it will not be, it's classified under upgrading and rehabilitation. So it will not be counted under new roads, but it's a major construction project with major funding. Today, there's Tema motorway reconstruction and upgrading. That is going to provide a facelift regarding the transportation network between the Harbour City and the capital city. This will not be classified under new rules, but it's a major construction project that you know. And Honorable Abuja is somebody who is very experienced in this, a technical person, and he knows this. So also, when he used just new rules to represent the total number of roads constructed under NANA
Honorable Minister, I think you have the opportunity to give us a lot of information regarding to the ministry. So, but for now, I think you've given us enough.
Yeah, so, but it was important that I put that.
No, that is why I've indulged him. I mean, all of the people who have contributed, I gave them 5 minutes, but because